It was. Well, that's kind of embarrassing. It's the first time I'm working with this, but is working now. I hope is working now. Hold on. Working now. All right, good. I'm gonna send you guys back to Dan. Dan's gonna be telling you guys what's been happening, and then we'll be right back. Very sorry. I thought everything was working on my end. I thought we were going, and it turns out we weren't going. But we'll be back very shortly. Very, very shortly. My name is Dan Copperfield. I'm a member of the Resistance, and to be honest, things aren't looking good. Our numbers are thinning. Barely 200 active soldiers left. We're on the brink of collapse, and even Amy, she's run out of ideas. But how did we get here? Well, that's a story and a half. See, from what I think I understand, me and a few others were part of some strike team in a different reality. Or simulation? Yeah, that's what they told us. A simulation run by some Dr. R. Starline, whatever his name was. And something went wrong. Or right? I don't know. We broke out of the simulation. Only problem is, we weren't supposed to. We weren't meant to exist at all. Apparently we're just computer programs. Ones that somehow got kicked out into the real world. Tales said something about time streams colliding, forcing fiction to become reality. He looks pretty freaked out, honestly. Haven't seen him in a few months now. Word is, GUN's after him, so he's gone into hiding. And the Resistance? Before we showed up, it was thriving, stronger than ever. But now, our version of the Resistance, my version, is bleeding into theirs. And since ours is already falling apart, well, you can probably guess the rest. My name is Dan. And here we are. We're all back here. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Battle for Mobius, a Sonic Dungeons and Dragons-esque type thing that I've been doing for like maybe a little over a year, almost 2 years. Put too much of my life into it, actually. But I am joined with... what was the whole thing? It was like a whole... You guys considered like the Chow, like the party mascots. Now you are the four morons and the cool party mascot. So, we have a multitude of different players with me, all going to be collectively telling a story together. More specifically, this one is called The Fall of the Resistance, which you can only imagine based on what Dan had to say and based on what you can expect from the title itself. It's about to get interesting. But that's enough of me talking. We're going to go over to the players. They are going to talk about their characters and sort of share who they are, preface them before we really start to dive into the story. So, we'll start at the top. Cracker the Chow.
Chow, 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 chow. Chow, chow, chow.
Yeah? All right.
Translator on. Greetings, I am Cracker the Chow. I'm not your ordinary Chow. I am a very strong Chow. I'm the strong man of the group, the bodyguard even. There's heat need to be done. I'm the one that does it. I want to protect all Chow, make sure they're protected, and hunt down anyone who tries to harm them, and don't let them go.
Chow, 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 chow.
Alrighty. So next down we've got Crown.
Hi, I'm Crown. I'm mostly the leader of this here group. I make sure that things get done, make sure everyone's in line, not setting anything on fire again, and I make sure that everyone is in their place. I make sure that everyone's as safe as possible.
Alrighty. And then we'll go over to Ixie.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Ixie. See, if the world's a stage, you can consider me the main act. And I think that's all you need to know about me for now.
Alrighty, alright, short and sweet. And then we'll go over to Maya. But Maya?
I think I didn't check the background. I think she might be burning something.
Oh,
I do smell burning.
oh yeah, no, Maya's really good at burning. In that case, we'll go over to Mocha.
Hello, Mocha the Squirrel here. Well, pretty optimistic one. Like taking notes. I'm very new here. I don't actually know anyone here yet. But I hope to get along with everyone, including with my pals.
Alrighty, fantastic. And now we shall jump into the story. So, we've got a map prepared for you. And this map is going to be the base of operations for this here group here. So, let's go over to that. I'm certain you guys can see my map lists here. But, I'm going to drag them all over to here. Now, I've got here a bit of light reading before we start the game, shall we? So, let us begin with the start. The Strike Team Alpha base is calm today, the kind of calm that only happens once in a blue moon. Late morning light pours through the side windows, bouncing off metallic surfaces and warm-colored furnishings. A gentle breeze rolls in from an open vent, rustling a few scattered papers and making the soft hum of electronics feel distant, even cozy. Each member of the team is tucked into their own little world. And then I will put in, believe, this one is your desk. Crown sits at their desk, buried in forms and legal documents, their brow furrowed, tail flicking in quiet irritation. Every time a typo rears its head, tail flicking in quiet irritation every time a typo rears its head. Stacks of real estate paperwork are neatly arranged, a steaming mug sitting dangerously close to a property acquisition form B12 that's already halfway filled. The base is being finalized under their name, finally, something official, but it's a slog of bureaucracy. Then we'll pop, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this one is Ixie's room. Further down the hall, Ixie's room is a mess of fashion chaos. The floor is a battlefield of outfit combinations, shoes, scarves, and glittery accessories. Standing in front of the mirror, they swap between wild hairstyles, spiky, slick, banded with glowing clips, experimenting with who they might be today. There's a quiet hum of music playing from their phone, something rhythmic and rebellious. In Crown's office, we'll put this one right here. In Crown's office, Maya has made herself completely at home, lounging across a guest chair with one leg over the armrest. The TV's cartoon channel blares from a small corner screen, volume just a few notches too high. A hyperactive character yells, followed by an explosion of honking sound effects. Maya laughs a little too hard. She's clearly enjoying herself. And in the living room, over here, we have Cracker lying on a carpet. Well, sorry, no, not lying on a carpet, sitting in a chair. Pencil in hand, tongue peeking from the corners of his mouth as he draws furiously. A mountain of paper scattered around him. Doodles of characters, weird monsters, and a few suspiciously detailed cookies start to form across the pages. There's something joyful, pure, about how focused he is. And then, a rapid, almost desperate knock slams against the front door, startling the quiet right out of the base. It's the kind of knock that sounds like someone is either extremely excited or on fire. What do you guys do?
Probably
both.
Well, I guess I needed a break anyway. Maya, stop washing that trash. Come on.
But this is the good part.
Maya.
Oh,
Besides, you probably need your daily food.
fruit?
Sure.
You don't get enough food in your
I
diet.
can't reach this. Help me.
I'll pick up the cracker to open the door.
Chop chop.
Thank you. I shall open the door.
Alrighty, let me just zoom in for a bit of a close-up. So, you go to open the door, and then you will see a blur of yellow and black wings buzzing, cap tilted slightly too far sideways. Whoops, you guys probably see that one. We have Charmy B stands on the welcome mat, bouncing on the balls of his feet.
Hey, tomorrow's initiative, right? Perfect! You've just been selected for a where am I? You've just been selected for a super top priority high-speed chaos level mission, and Vector needs backup, and guess who got chosen to deliver the message?
You're going to see he's going to point himself with both thumbs and a beaming grin.
That's right! B-mail! Way faster than email, way more annoying than voicemail.
And you're going to
I'm
see,
going
like,
to stay more than 15 feet away. I do
Charmy...
not want to read his mind.
Charmy, ever so excitedly, buzzes straight into the room uninvited, acting as though he was invited in the house. He's going to buzz and flitter around. And he's sort of like weaving between the chairs like a hyperactive courier pigeon. And then he'll go,
Now, you're probably asking, why didn't Vector just call? Well, our phone bill exploded. Like, literally. We took on like 20 jobs in 2 days. Phone line's been ringing off the hook. Plus, Vector said I should do something productive today. Also, he and SVO already knee deep in something spicy. So, tag, you're it.
I'm going to assume that his thoughts are just the things coming out of his mouth at the exact same time.
so he does. And you can see that Charmy does have like a letter in his hand.
I'll take a step forward to try and center their focus, and lean down thanks to my large build. Well, thank you for stopping by. It means a lot. Is that letter for us?
He's gonna shake his head no. Is like,
I'm supposed to read this in case I forget.
Well, that seems a bit harsh. Looks like you memorized it perfectly.
he's gonna give a big old grin, and then he's gonna quickly like snap out of the grin, and he's gonna like extend a hand out like expectantly, and go,
Since I delivered the message at high speed, that means you owe me a tip. B-mail ain't free, baby.
I reach up my knob and try to shake his hand firmly.
I high five him.
So you'll give him a high five. He'll be like, screw it. He'll high five you in return, and then he'll realize like his hand's just a little bit too warm after that, and go,
Ugh.
That's why I didn't shake it.
So yes, he then like puts his hand away. He doesn't seem to be expecting anything anymore.
I'm so glad.
I
So,
offer a knob
what
to
do you
shake
say?
hand.
Want a job?
Job always leads to a good pay, and you guys are always pleasant to work with. We'll be happy to join along.
Charmy's you're gonna hear his wings like buzz like loudly as he like sort of does a bit of a backflip while flying. He's very, very excited about this. And he's like gonna grab you by the wrist, Crown. So like pulling you towards the door and go,
Come on, we don't have time to waste.
Well, we still need to grab one more of our members. Well, two. Mile, where's Tangle?
Tails, where's Tangle?
Tangle does not appear to be in the building at the moment. Last you remember, she went off to go do some holiday preparations.
Alright, well. Do you two
she
mind
went
going to
out.
grab
Last time I heard, I think she said, "Sorry, I'll go get some first language." Something like that.
Can you go grab Ixie from her room? She probably needs to know about all this as well. Considering the rushness of this. I'm like lightly holding back, like Charlie like pulling me, but I'm still like following along, just like slower.
Is the door shut and locked like usual?
Like usual.
It is unlocked. I mean, you should still knock. It's rude.
Yeah, it's still got a knock. There's a handprint on your door now, though.
Wonderful.
Actually,
open
it's
it-
probably been a
open
few
it up.
times. It's probably just the knocking place.
What was all that commotion out there?
There's a very annoying bee here who says we have a job.
Right, well, good thing I just finished getting ready. I'll be right out.
She's getting ready. We have like 10 minutes.
I just said I just finished getting ready. I overheard all this, all this commotion. I thought better start getting ready at, the second that I heard it.
Never mind, we have like 5 minutes.
All right.
He's like really, really excited. He's like,
I'll wait outside the front door. That's normally where I wait for these sorts of things.
and
I'm gonna-
Charmy will be waiting outside for you guys.
All right, well, looks like we got another mission to do. Everyone got all their stuff ready?
I'm already
Choo
geared
choo.
up.
Oh,
Oh, and by the way, if you are looking for Tangle, I think I saw her earlier this morning. Pretty early in the morning, face down in the mud.
Why was she in the mud? Actually, I don't want to know the answer.
Did she lick the emerald again?
No, we already said that licking the emerald was off limits after that other month. You know the rules.
I emerged the room with my hammer.
You guys see Crack of the Chow with his hammer. I believe we said the hammer was like a little extendable, right? So it's like easier for transportation.
Cracker
Yeah.
doesn't need it to be easier. He can carry it as is.
Yeah,
You
he can carry it. I don't think
can-
we ever
he can
said it
follow.
was extendable at all.
All right, too
If
easy.
we-
Part of for transportation.
If we can fit through the door, he can fit through the door with the hammer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys are gonna see like Charmy like jaw just agape at Cracker holding this large hammer. It's like he's never seen it before. It's like,
How is he doing? Did you guys train him to do that?
Choo choo choo.
Where are we going?
he's
Does it
gonna
look like Chavi understand?
he's gonna see Cracker like speaking towards him. And he's like, no, hold on, he's gonna reach into like his little bee bag, and he's gonna like scrounge through it, and he's gonna pull up a little leather book, and he's going to flick through it, and eventually, he's gonna go, right, and he's gonna close it, fly over to Cracker and go, and just like give his like head a pat and go,
Who's a good little chow?
I'd watch your hands if I was you. He bite.
Oh,
I
that's
don't react to Charmy patting.
yeah,
That's a joke.
Charmy will quickly pull back, realize it's a joke, and go,
oh. Well, better get going.
and he will sort of lead the way towards the exit, to which we shall be met with Honeydew Haven. Bam, right out here. Oh boy. Whoops, there you go. Honeydew Haven. Oh, this is unimportant. Where we will have you guys be met. I think it's down in this sort of district, right? Been a while. I believe it's down here. We're going to put Crown as the group token for now, unless someone else would like to be group token.
No one else would ever want to.
Easy
Being
as.
token means you're doing paperwork.
Crowns da vida.
Rightio. And Charmy will start to sort of lead you towards the airport, or this town's version of an airport.
Dirt
Which-
trail.
Yeah, dirt trail, dirt path.
Do we have any more details about this mission, or are we just knowing that it's of, some high level of importance?
Charmy will sort of respond and go,
Well, the details? I've got really just the basics. Apparently it's a missing person incident. Pretty good pay.
Yeah, I
You
think
seem
we
to
could
be
find
getting a
it.
lot of missing person incidents these days, aren't you?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, actually.
but he sort of like
It's
stops.
always full.
He sort of like stops like to sort of give it like a short thought before he like sort of dismisses it and continues flying along the way and going,
That's probably nothing, though. Probably some dirtbags trying to cause some more mischief.
Bit worrisome that it's, within Green Hill.
Chow, chow, chow.
Were they wearing red robes by any chance?
I'll translate on Cracker's behalf.
They better not be.
The missing person? I mean, I don't really quite know. I just know there's a missing person. We gotta find him.
Him.
You'll
Well,
find when one of you-
regardless, let's hope that Honeywing will be in a good mood today.
Alrighty, and eventually, you guys do make it over to the little runway. You can see like as you're walking, every like few meters, Charm will like do like an excited like little barrel roll, or just point out like a weird looking bird flying through the sky. And as you guys arrive at the airport, there's not really anyone there. You can see there's the classic Flynn Honeywing, the bee Mobian, who is currently working at this airport. He appears to be doing some maintenance on the planes. And you can see Charmy seems like pretty eager to go over talk with him, but he sort of like halts himself and turns over to you guys and goes,
We Chaotix get a travel discount, One of the perks of working nonstop cases and knowing everyone. Normally this kind of flight would run you about 300 rings per head, but thanks to our exclusive agency rate, and he'll lean in dramatically, 5 rings each. Total steal. Total. But would you believe Vector still won't pay for me or SPO? Guy's got arms like a crocodile and pockets like a clamshell.
Could have fooled me. Has such a honey sweet voice.
So eventually, Charmy will lead you towards Flynn, and you'll see Flynn. He'll sort of like perk up and flash a smile towards you and go,
Well, look what the clouds blew in. If it isn't the buzzing ball of sunshine and friends.
and he seems to have like the calm presence of someone who's landed a plane during a lightning storm and just shrugged it off. Discount still applies. After all, your agency found something of mine I thought I'd lost for good. And you'll see he'll like show his wrist and he'll tap it. You'll see a pretty old but beautifully engraved watch. Family heirloom. Nearly pawned. It still ticks.
How old does it look?
Give me a perception or investigation check.
Always perception. 17.
17. You're still looking at it. Looks pretty worn down. You can only assume that at minimum, that heirloom is like 30 years old. But you do see obvious signs of like maintenance work being done on it. So it's not like it's just been ticking for a long, long time. It's been fixed many, many times. It's very well worn. But despite its well wornness, it still looks like a pretty beautiful watch. He'll then glance at Charmy, and you'll see he's got a bit more concern on his face. Hey, you haven't heard any word on Tails, have ya? Last I heard, GUN still got that bounty on him, and I haven't seen the kid in a while. Kinda miss him.
Yes, he's been gone for a while. I can't get in contact with him, and neither can the Resistance.
Yeah, he'll sort of like shrug and go, anyway, let's not dwell. Sunset City, right? And you'll see Charmy give an affirming nod and go, that's where the agency is. So, Charmy is going to immediately fly on board. Obviously, you can see he drops like 5 rings into Flynn's hand. Some of them sort of like spill out, and he has to like bend over and pick them up. But Charmy's like already in the plane by the time like Flynn's already done picking them up.
I'll give him 5 of my rings as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll stand there expectantly and giving him 5 rings, staring at him.
Easy,
I'll
easy.
also hand over my 5 rings and make sure Maya pays up.
She tried to pay 4.
No, Maya, that's 4.
Oh. Gives 1 ring.
So after you guys all pay and board the plane, Flynn will like hop into like the cockpit, and you can see he's really, really excited to get going. From what you guys know of Flynn, after being here for quite some time, he really loves flying, and he will pretty much find any excuse to fly. And so he won't even like give warning. He'll just immediately take off once everyone's in and all the doors are closed. So as you're sort of like soaring through between the verdant shores over towards where Brighter Hills is, the weather seems to be somewhat calm. Not really any turbulence throughout the flight. It's pretty smooth, but it is roughly a 1 day's travel. I'd say half a day even, to get from where you are now to where Sunset City is. But once you finally land, Flynn stops.
In-flight movies?
Unfortunately, there's no
Maya tried
in-flight
to set
movies,
her hands on
but
fire.
there are snacks
Oh, thank goodness.
There are now marks on the the armrests.
Are the snacks
They don't
only
put-
like salted peanuts?
and pretzels.
Salted.
There's strawberries.
Okay. No strawberries.
No strawberries.
Yeah, if there weren't anything, then we would have to be out of here.
Yeah, you can fly a 60.
I will take you over to Brighter Hills, over to Sunset City. Bada boom, bada boom. Gonna have to delete a lot of these. So, let's zoom right in. As you already know, Sunset City only has one airport, and that just so happens to conveniently be outside of Tails' abode. So I'll put you back in there.
They
As-
cleaned up all the damages.
They fixed it.
So now just like a beautiful green grass again on this
Fix the
field.
grass. my
Yeah.
goodness.
Wow, crazy what happens.
Rightio. Charmy will excitedly like flitter off. He'll give Flynn a fist bump and go, "Thanks for the ride." And he'll wait for you guys to disembark.
I give him handshake. The pie.
I'll get off.
I'll
I'll make sure
hop on.
Maya's off.
This grass doesn't burn, it's fresh.
Chow, 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 chow. Thank you for this. Thank you.
Thanks for the safe flight.
He'll
Thank you,
shoot,
always playing.
he'll shoot you guys a thumbs up. And let me just put this on so it's not complete silence. Here we go. Rightio. So, Charmy will continue to sort of like lead you guys towards where you need to be, which is the Chaotix Detective Agency. And that building is located right over here. They put a little circle around. It'll take you probably around, on foot. It'll take you maybe like an hour.
It's
But-
fine.
You still got some daylight to burn.
Well, I mean, we're here to do this mission, so we're just gonna go straight there, aren't we?
Too easy. You can see at this sort of time, the city is alive with movement, filled with neon signage, elevated rail lines, and distant sounds of traffic and chatter. The Chaotix Detective Agency sits like a dependable old dog between two sleeker office buildings, paint slightly peeling, but the signage proud. Inside is a maze of paper stacks, ringing landlines, and corkboards with red string drama. Vector is leaning back in his massive chair, talking animatedly into a receiver.
Same.
Maya's skittish.
Has he noticed us?
Not quite yet. He seems like have his back
I'm-
turned towards the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a knock on the door to get his attention.
Easy as. He'll turn around. He's still talking on the phone, and he'll give you a look of acknowledgement. And he goes, "No, I swear, we'll have it by Tuesday. Now quit complaining. I'm dealing with something big over here." And he's gonna slam the phone down, and he'll stand up with arms wide. Aha! I knew it. Knew I recognized those ugly mugs from somewhere. You're the crew that makes a mess look good. And he'll wave you guys in.
Yeah, who you're calling ugly?
It's a form of endearment, Ixie.
No offense, mean.
I'll make sure everyone's in and close the door politely behind everyone.
We heard you had a job for us.
All right, straight to business. This is an urgent case from Amy Rose herself. We got a missing Mobian, Wanda the dog. Worked reception over at one of the Resistance outposts. She's been gone for over a month. And you can see he's going to shuffle through a thick file. And eventually, he'll slap it on the desk. Now, normally, this would have sat on the queue like everything else. But Amy paid the urgent bump fee, so now it's at the top of the stack. And he'll raise an eyebrow to you. Total payout's 5,000 rings, but I'm taking 10% as commission. That leaves you with 4,500. That's fair. You're using my agency's name, and you don't get trust without a little tether.
Maya's reaching for it.
I'm slapping your hand away. As always, we completely understand the terms of working with your agency. Though I have to ask, how did Amy get the currency to be able to bump this up to urgent, considering her involvement with the Resistance right now in the news?
Vector will give a bit of a shrug and go, "Beats me. I don't ask where the clients get their money."
Fair enough. Any
Said it
information?
like this, it might be the fall of the Resistance.
Now that's rumors that we can't exactly speculate about at this moment. But for Wanda here, any information you have on her? Anything we can go by?
Let me send you the missing persons report. I'll be putting
Sorry,
it.
this is missing. Better not have a sad doggy on it.
I'm gonna be putting it in the chat here for you guys. Unfortunately, the stream will not be able to see this one, but it's okay because I'll just be reading it out. Pop it right there. So we have missing person report. Wanda the dog. Name: Wanda Marrywell. Age: 32. Gender: female. Species: Labrador Retriever. Job: receptionist at the Resistance HQ of Sunset City. Last seen 2 months ago, leaving work late evening. No confirmed sightings since. Appearance: pink-colored fur, long ears tied back with a pink scrunchie. Wore a faded blue jacket, khakis. Notes: generally punctual, friendly, popular among staff. No known enemies, lives alone. Apartment was untouched, no signs of struggle. Pretty cut and dry, right? Someone just vanished out of midair.
Cracker looks more alert and distressed by hearing the missing person.
Well, it doesn't help that Sunset City is a big place filled with all sorts of Mobians. But seen leaving work late, and no other sightings since. no witnesses to even say that she went through the street?
None that have come forward.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
which
she's alright.
well, we'll find her. But do you happen to know where her place of accommodation is, and if you have the keys for it, or at least a means of being able to enter the property?
You're gonna see Vector like give a big old grin, and he's like gonna crack his knuckles and goes,
I've always got a means to get in.
and then he's gonna quickly like snap out of like the gusto sort of like attitude and go,
But I'm not gonna let you guys go on this alone. I'm gonna give you guys a partner. Someone who's really good at finding out things in this city. They know it like the back of their hand. Heck, they did a missing persons case before. I'm certain you might have heard them on the news.
and he's going to sort of like clap his hands and go,
Mocha, where are you at? Come on down.
Huh? Wait, hello?
We got a job
these
for you,
cupcakes.
Mocha.
This cupcake's really nice. Yeah, just a minute.
Vector like fold his arms across his chest and give like you guys a pretty confident grin and goes,
I'm starting to be a piece of cake with her around.
Yes, I have heard about this girl on the news, considering how much you love talking about her. Very new recruit, considering everything.
I knew the moment I saw her, I was gonna hire her on the spot.
Now, forgive what I'm gonna say next, but I have the feeling like you, generally, if you feel someone's so good of character, everyone's worth hiring.
he'll give a nod. And he'll tap his nose and go,
I've got a snout for these things.
and you'll see like Charmy like give a bit of a flick and go,
He sure does.
I'll walk on in.
all right, would you like to describe your character's appearance?
Mocha the squirrel, mostly wearing like browns, oranges, blacks, mostly in like a very generic sort of like magician witch sort of attire, with a very metal-looking gauntlet on her right hand. That's about it in terms of the description. Very big floppy tail.
Very big fluffy tail.
What about the hat? What about the hat?
Yeah, big hat.
The eye.
How flammable are you?
Oh goodness.
As flammable as any other furry Mobian.
Probably. And yes, you would see a interesting symbol on her eyelid when you see her blink.
So you do open that eye.
Vector's like gonna sort of like encourage Mocha to like greet herself towards the group and go,
Come on, don't be shy, Mocha.
Oh, hello. Mocha's the name. Newest member of the Chaotix. I've been here for... How long have I been here for? How long has it been?
What day is it?
you've been here for maybe around a month and a half.
A month and a half. It's been interesting. You know, gotten a few things. Got a lot of money for it. But hope to be working with you. Yeah.
I'll take the first step forward and hold out a hand, my 6'9" towering body. Nice to meet you. My name's Crown, and this here is today's initiative. The group. The rest of them can introduce themselves.
I approach Mocha.
Oh,
Chow,
well,
chow, chow.
Hello.
Hello?
I am Cracker. Pleased to meet you.
Chow, 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 chow.
I raise out a nub.
I will shake Cracker's hand. Are you translating? I'm confused.
No.
I'll translate on beside.
I have no idea what he says.
I'll
The
then
handshake's-
translate with quicker
The
sanity.
handshake is firm,
Yeah.
but it's not like hurting or anything. It's firm though.
Well, thank you for translating. I would shake his hand. Nice to meet you. I'll shake
Mocha,
Crown's hand too.
Cracker's handshake is surprisingly firm, like way more firm than you expected a Chow to be.
That's interesting. A lot of power you got there in your head.
That's correct. I present Mocha my hammer.
Oh, look at that. That's nice. Just don't swing it my way.
Don't worry, I'll swing it away from you.
Like without moving towards him, I'll give him a bit of just like a nod.
Too easy, too easy. Vector will gesture to the case file on his desk and go, "File's ready whenever you need it."
I'll pick it up and take a look through it.
Too easy. It's mostly just it's not a very thick file. Sorry, it's a thick case file, but it's just like the folder. The actual paperwork inside doesn't have a lot of information outside of what's already been stated. And he'll give a bit of a grin and go, "Mocha's work with less information. You'll be fine. Hey, maybe you'll even be back before Frostlight."
Yes, that is coming up in a few days. We have been invited by Amy.
Sure,
We should probably
everyone's been
sort out
invited.
That is true. We should probably sort out accommodation while we're here, considering we'll be here during the season.
Doesn't
And
Tails
working
just
on-
live over there?
Well, we haven't entered his property in quite a few months, and he's been missing. A little rude to enter somebody's house. Though we do have, well, a written contract to be able to enter his premise. Signed from Tails.
I think Tails wasn't very happy last time you visited. Last time I spoke to him, at least.
And did you speak to him?
When he was up me on the case with that first Mobian that I discovered.
How long
I
ago
stayed
was
in his
that?
house
That
at a month and a half,
case,
same time.
For a month?
can I get
I think he's been
a
missing for
history check, Crown?
History?
Yes, please.
15.
From what you recall, the date of the news of Mocha saving the doggy and the information of GUN's bounty are very, very not far apart. They're very close together. But the Mocha news report came first. It would have been about approximately 2 months ago.
So you were working on cases before even working with the Chaotix?
Oh, no. Well, not really. First case was the dog Mobian that I worked with them. I haven't really worked on public stuff before.
Well, I'm sure we have time to work out specifics later. We got a missing person and shame about
Right.
who it is.
It is someone of great importance, at least to us.
Met them before, they're a fan, and I can't just leave a fan out there, waiting for us. So let's get moving.
I agree. Hopefully everything in here should be in line. And I'll kind of close up that file. Hold on, let me grab a book.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Slammed it onto desk.
Do you mind if I take this file with us?
not a problem.
Thank you. Well, we'll be working out, trying to figure out more leads, and we'll take Moko along with us. If we have any
It's 10
questions, we'll be back.
lines. It's 10 lines. Why is there so much paper in there?
The cans.
Big handwriting.
Do you know how hard it is for a crocodile to write?
1 letter per page.
I mean, it's only fair. Anyway,
Alright.
I think it's best for us to get going. Shall we, everyone?
So,
Let's go.
as Vector finishes briefing you and gestures towards Mocha, suddenly the light in the office seems to dim slightly. Not from the sky, but from something more subtle. A chill rolls through the room. Then, without a sound, a familiar figure materializes out of the shadows near the corkboard. Espio appears, cloaked in violet and silence. He steps forward and places a sealed file onto the desk without a word. He'll turn to leave, but pauses at the door. Without fully facing you guys, his voice cuts through the still air. A pleasure to see you all, but I assume this isn't a social call.
No.
And you'll see like his eyes sort of flick briefly towards Mocha and then to you guys. Seems like business really starts to boom during Frostlight Week. And with that, he'll sort of like vanish, slipping through the office door like mist in the wind.
I can never get used to that.
I watched him leave.
I have a puzzled look.
Vector will sort of, like sort of
mysterious time.
yeah. Vector will give a bit of a snort and he'll shake his head with a sigh. The guy never gives himself a break. I swear. I don't even know how he sleeps. Anyway, if you need anything else, swing by. Doors always open. Phones mostly working.
We'll make sure to just come in person, considering what I've heard about the phone lines recently.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, leaving.
I follow suit.
Yep.
Alright.
When we get out, turn to Mocha, you know? Assuming as you've got the most experience in this, where you reckon we should start?
Well, do we have any idea where they might have lived?
Can I check through the files to make sure where their, like, apartment is?
You can see there's like already been like a police report, a full police report about the apartment, and you can see that like there's like no different change in terms of like witness accounts from like neighbors. Nothing strange occurred. Just one day Wanda disappeared and didn't come back, and haven't seen her since. Searching the apartment didn't leave any evidence. It was untouched, with no signs of struggle or anything suspicious having occurred within.
Does it say where the apartment is on the file? Like her address?
The address line on the like investigator's document is blacked out. It appears to be censored for private information reasons. It seems to be withheld.
Well,
that's out the
unfortunately,
window.
unfortunately, the files here have been censored by police reports, so we actually don't know where they live. Though apparently they were part of an apartment chain. No accounts from their neighbors, and their accommodation was left untouched with no signs of struggle.
The sounds of it, they must have been picked up somewhere else then. Perhaps on the way home from work, or perhaps on the job.
Yep, that's the next best bet.
I think we should stop by the Resistance base to see what happened the night of, before she left. Or at least see if anything might have happened in the week leading up to the missing case, to see if there were any bad interactions. Surely they'll have surveillance.
Sounds good.
Great, then let's head that way.
Alrighty. So you guys will make your way over to the Resistance HQ. If you don't remember where it is over here. But your characters
I'm so right.
Yeah, you already had it on lock. The building is low-key, but it's pretty well defended. It is full of busy Mobians in varying states of exhaustion. Staff are cooperative, but don't really have too much to offer. Wanda simply didn't show up for a shift one day and just never returned. But they still allow you inside the base anyway. To which I will get the map.
I suggest maybe
Might have to-
after we enter here, we ask around if there's any maybe evening stores that would still be open to see if they would be able to see anything.
I think I have to pop you guys over in the room, because I believe there is fog of war.
Yeah.
What's a favorite
Does
snack?
the Resistance keep track of their own employees, their own members?
Well, remember, Amy's the one that put this forward, so she doesn't even know where Wanda is.
Yeah.
She's the leader.
Yeah, but maybe they have some like hints about like maybe hobbies or something they do. I wanna like maybe we can look through their like computers to see if they got anything on file about that.
Yeah, we'll
There
see.
does appear to be no one currently at the reception.
Chow chow.
What's her favorite snack?
I can't see anything. It's black
I'm not
for
too
me.
sure. I never got to know them
Is
all
it?
too well.
Hold on.
Hmm.
Let us change that for you.
Double crowns.
I can't see anything.
Oh, that's a problem.
They were last
Boom,
seen
boom.
leaving work. 2 months is quite a while.
Might need to put you back. You can see again?
No,
Boom. Can you see now?
I'm gonna see ya.
All right, good. Right. Yes, the desk is empty. If someone would like to do an investigation check for me, if you'd like to investigate this room,
I'd like to investigate.
sweet
Would I
as.
be able to help them assist in investigating?
Yep, you can definitely help action that one. That would give you advantage on the roll.
Great. Boom.
My investigation's great, apparently.
Nat 20. 19. Is it gonna minus a wound?
Alrighty, Ixie, you know that as a role model, right? Your fans are gonna try and like follow after you, right? And so you thought, what would someone who is pretending to be me think I would do? And so you immediately check behind an old desk drawer, seeing any sort of like memorabilia. You see like a couple of little Ixie merchandise on there, but you can see a. Sorry, it's staring at me right in the face, and it's so hard to say it. You can see a pamphlet for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a cheesy, colorful foldout full of mascot coupons. 2 coupons have been torn from the edge, and 3 remain, though they're already expired. The expiry date was last month, and the pamphlet was issued just 1 month prior to that.
Chow chow.
What'd you find?
I think I know where our missing person went. One Freddy Fazbear Pizza. Have you ever heard of this place?
Chow chow.
Not a clue. Never heard
Has
of
it
it.
been on the news?
I don't think I've heard of it.
I tend to avoid the news. Never good. Never saying anything good there.
Damn,
I've got more important things to worry about than news.
Does it say where this said Faz Pizza is?
Yes, there is an address line.
Alright. I think I got our next location. Expiry 1 month ago, 2 missing coupons. Looks like someone invited them out to a pizza date.
Well, I mean, I guess it's one way to spend your time. Though I can't say that I remember a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza too much.
I feel like every time anyone says it, they're like looking right at the camera.
Like a deadpan look in their eyes. There's
They're just like disappointed. Just man, I'm really excited to go to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Oh gosh. You do see like a couple of resistance members like sort of shuffling in and out. You can see like some of them are looking at you guys, almost with a sort of like sense of familiarity. Like some have definitely seen you before, others sort of like very fresh faces, like not even close to recognizable. But are you guys concluded with the investigation here?
Can I try and flag one of them down?
Yep. It's not really hard to flag them down. They're pretty cooperative, and they sort of like stop and go, "Is everything all right?"
Hi. We've been tasked to investigate one of your missing colleagues. Wanda? Do you know her?
Yeah, I know Wanda. I kind of miss her. She's like a really nice gal. I was thinking of like asking her out to like dinner.
Well, I'm sure we'll find her. But
Hey, were you planning to ask her out to dinner too?
No, I was planning on getting over the what's the place? The Grub Town. It's not like the most
Alright.
fanciest place, but
What? Just asking, because I'm not too aware. What do you think of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza?
Oh well, it's cheap, it's fast, it's easy, but it's not really good tasting food.
Right.
Actually, now that you say it, and he's like gonna tap his chin for a bit. I do recall Wanda mentioning something about that place, like something sort of sounding like that place, and she really liked to sneak out for cheap dinner sometimes while working.
Good to know.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if she wanted to grab just something good to eat. Well, something easy to eat while working late at the office. And considering the drop in numbers, I'm sure she's having to work overtime, like anyone else.
Oh yeah, we've been around the clock. But thankfully we're only focused in this city now. We don't have to worry about any other location for now. Numbers are too thin.
Yes, there's lots of news about it. Speaking of which, do you know if Amy Rose is on base right now?
I don't know if she's on base right now, but I do know Jules here.
Well, we'll pop up by a bit later when we've solved this case to say hi to Jules. But thank you for helping us out.
Oh, one last question. You wouldn't happen to know if Wanda knew anything that could make her a target for anyone?
No, we at the Resistance, we always thought she was like the most happy-go-lucky gal you'll ever meet. And even on the day where she disappeared, she didn't seem at all fishy. In fact, she seemed excited. She seemed like she was looking forward to something.
Okay.
Figured I
sorry.
lost my chance. But I really hope you find her.
There's nothing in the trash.
Maya, get out of there!
Well, look, don't you worry. We're gonna do everything we can to bring her back. All right?
I appreciate that, really. And if you need any help, you're free to come to the Resistance, and we'll do what we can, because we really do care about Wanda.
All right. If we need the backup, I got the fast line to Amy Rose.
Whoa, must be pretty important then.
Yeah, you could say that. Well, thank you for your time.
All right, I'll be seeing you hopefully sooner rather than later. And he'll sort of leave out to go out the front door. He's got some stuff to do today. And there'll be just you guys left in the office.
Seems like we're pretty... everything's pointing towards pizza. Cheap pizza at that.
Yeah, not much info yet. No motive, no suspicious people. She wasn't even acting suspicious either, so there's nothing to go off other than this pretty
They're the
fast there.
Resistance receptionist. Surely they know something that would be bad for the Resistance if got out. So if someone's got beef with the Resistance, it makes sense that they'd go after the receptionist.
Quickly just manhandle Maya to get away from the trash can, and then dump some water from my backpack into the trash bin, so that way it
You've got,
doesn't
like, a
catch
little-
more.
We've got
Yeah.
like a mum backpack with just like a little bit of everything to handle Maya.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've been with Maya for a couple months. You sort of got used to what they do, how to stuff it.
Like
Anyway.
a thing of aloe vera in case she burns.
Amy's behind on bills again.
it's rude to snoop through others' bills or letters, even if it has already been opened. Haven't I told you this already?
You told me we're investigating.
Still a
Got you
little
there.
inconsiderate. Regardless, that Resistance member did say that Wanda was looking forward to something on the day of the disappearance.
Could I double check the what was it, the coupons or whatever?
Yep.
Is there anything maybe a special event happening, or is it just a really good deal? Maybe we should just hype for 2-for-1 pizza.
Yeah,
Is it third time you come, you get a bonus?
it is literally a coupon for a free pizza.
Oh my. Yeah. All right. Well, overworked and underpaid. Seems like someone was excited for some free pizza.
Well, I mean, just free food in general can make anyone happy.
I certainly would.
Chow chow.
But
Strawberries.
no strawberries yet, Cracker.
Chow.
How about we get you some strawberries after we find Wanda?
Chow.
Hmm?
Chow.
Yes.
You can have
Yes,
all
yes.
the strawberries you want. Crown's
Chow
paying.
chow chow chow.
Well, let's keep going.
Alrighty, I'll bring you back over to Sunset City. Now, the location of
Go on, look to the camera. Say
To
the
the camera.
line. Country boy.
Say the line, Bart.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Yay!
Wow.
This was a player's idea, not his. We hate it.
It was his idea.
It's right over here.
Thank you, Mike. When you gonna play FNAF on stream?
Alright,
Oh, it's down
unfortunately,
the main street too.
unfortunately
Yeah, that's
Mocha has
real
to
estate.
be right back. But we will continue onwards.
But one clue. Best rookie already gone.
We'll fill in the 2-minute time. The conversation.
Alrighty. So, the flickering neon sign stutters above the doorway, casting jittery light over the worn welcome mat. Inside, the scent of old grease clings to the air like a bad memory. A few families are scattered at tables, but the place feels hollow. Its animatronic mascot.
Could I like put on a disguise so I'm not seen being in here?
Yep, of course. I will say it's actually starting to get a bit dark. The sun's like sort of somewhat setting.
Yeah. Bad for my brand to be in here.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope the animatronic at nighttime. Oh.
Yes, its
So, going on
animatronic
like
mascots
Freddy
are
Fazbear.
silently slumped on stage in the dim light, their smiles half broken. You can see like a bunch of different like propaganda in like the immediate like hallways of like children's drawings and fun, great, sort of like posters of the animatronic characters. Ixie, I would imagine you're sort of like dipping around the corner, finding like a quiet place to sort of like change up how you look so you're not recognizable.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my disguise kit.
Easy as, I figured that you'd be someone who would really be taking their time. You're not particularly in any rush here. Unless you are in a rush. It's up to you.
I mean, Doggy's in danger.
Doggy
But
is
like,
in danger.
you know, look, I'm like going fast about it, but it's not like I'm skimping.
Okay, so you're going as quick as you can, but you are taking some care. Could I get a disguise kit dexterity roll with advantage?
Because Ixie's the best.
Not charisma.
Not charisma for this one because you're trying to do it in like a sort of fast-ish manner.
Whoa,
12? All right.
it's alright. I'll take a 12.
All right, so it's obviously not the best, but you're certain, you're confident it'll do. Confident
Yeah,
it'll do.
I mean, no
You
one's
don't expect
expecting
here
me
to
in this
you don't
place
expect
anyway.
yourself to be here for very long. You know, just very in, very out, ideally.
Yeah. How like is the place like in good condition or is it like a bit like dingy?
Yeah, it could be used like it could use a clean. Obviously they don't like clean the place every night, and it's a bit due for a clean. You can tell that this place a lot of lazy employees.
Underpaid and overworked. Again.
Seems like a bit of a trend.
It's like,
All right, what's the age range of the employees here?
Like you can see the servers are like pretty young. I'd say minimum you can guess like late teens, and like oldest is like 26. From what you can guess. But as for, like the chefs, like sometimes you'll see like a chef like come out and yell at a server. The chefs are like 40 to like 60. So it's like
does this
all-
place have like security cameras?
Yes, they do have security cameras.
All right, could I hacker into them and then try to see like maybe go back to see if I can like go back a month or two?
Okay. So that's gonna take just a little bit of time sifting through like every day's footage. Even like for like a specific day. It's not like oh no, what am I saying? There's an exact day. You're looking for that exact day on the file when she went missing. You're sort of skimming around like every hour, and you see on the cameras. Let me get the information for you. You can see Wanda appear walking through with like a guy who's like real tall with a big coat. You can't really make out the face at all. Like you can tell that this guy's face like is never ever facing any of the cameras. Can I get an insight check, please?
Insight check. Yes, you can. Could I use? What's it? Could I add my dice bonus to it?
Absolutely.
Cool. It'll be whatever the result is +8. Insight. Bang.
Damn.
26.
Alrighty, you're sort of looking at how this like cloaked figure is behaving, and what you can immediately tell is that this person is very studied in exactly where the camera blind spots are. You can tell that they are purposefully avoiding revealing so much of themselves. You can't even determine what gender they are, but right as it's about to look like the face is about to be revealed, you can see the camera sort of goes to static and the rest of the footage is gone.
Right. I'd like to like, kind of gesture for someone else to come and, maybe so they can see what I saw as well.
I'll
Cheer
check it
around.
out.
Oh, look as well.
I want to see. I want to see.
I showed off like I managed to get from the security cameras. I think whoever this is certainly the place, and whoever our perpetrator is looks like they're quite well accustomed to this place.
Mocha, since you're looking at like
Likely an
the
employee.
footage, could I get a history check with advantage?
Oh my god, with advantage.
With advantage.
Oh, 12.
You remember seeing something like this occur, like with the CCTV cameras, but you can't exactly recall when, unless you, the player, can recall when.
Sorry, repeat what you just said.
The animatronics move.
So, this type of stuff with CCTV cameras in this general area, like suddenly it going to static and there's no other remaining footage, you recall seeing something like this, but you can't recall exactly when or where, unless you, the player, know.
Mocha's just thinking.
Maybe.
What you thinking about?
Question
Maya
about the figure.
Yeah, unfortunately, Voiki, Mocha can in fact read minds. Not Mocha. Maya can read minds.
Moki.
All I'm thinking about right now is what is it? The Red Fang Mercenaries.
Ooh, thinking of that group.
Yeah. And about the previous case. I can't seem to remember what was the cause of it. I'm trying to like dig through my mind.
What you thinking about?
That's what I'm thinking about.
Just repeating it.
But about the figure in the recording, how tall are them in comparison to Wanda? Because I think Wanda's about like average Mobian height.
They're pretty little. They're a doggy.
Give me a quick tick. I need to look at that information right now. You can definitely tell taller, like 100% taller. Let me see if it's like much taller, slightly taller. Let me find out.
Yeah, I want to try and determine their height by looking at like the surrounding area in like the establishment as like point of reference.
Tell you what, do an investigation check for me.
I'm so good at that. 1.
5.
Let's go.
Great. Well, it's kind of hard to determine like how tall they are because everything in the camera footage is just so grainy. Like you can tell, like it's very, very annoying because you have the capabilities to find this out, but gosh, the CCTV is so old and outdated. Like who even uses this model of camera anymore?
Right. Were they traveling somewhere, or can we not really tell them going anywhere in the footage?
Unfortunately, all you can see is them entering. There is no footage of them having left. It seems to have just disappeared from them entering.
Well, it seems like the footage has been tampered with.
Yes, but being able to tamper with means that someone had to have worked here, and considering the, well, age of some of these people, I don't want to think that Wanda's purposely going out to interact with a child. So maybe the chef's in the back?
Maybe we'll just ask and see if anyone recognizes them. I mean, in the footage, is it like busy or is it just them?
I'd say it's pretty late at night, so there isn't actually a lot of people. You'd see it's mostly families leaving. So most of like the people in there is like a few scattered children that are like, so like running around the place looking for their parents, or and you can see like someone like picking Freddy's nose. But other than that, it's mostly just team members.
Do any of these, like the animatronics, any of them seem familiar?
So the animatronics are a yellow chicken with a bib that says "Let's eat." It's just Five Nights at Freddy's, okay?
Okay.
There's nothing different about it. It's just Five Nights at Freddy's.
All right. Well, they were definitely in here, so I suppose we go and look for clues.
I look at the animatronics.
How busy is it right now? It's, it's a bit like the sun was setting. So like this is probably like one of the busiest times it'll ever get.
Yeah, this is around like dinner time.
Mm-hmm. How many kids are screaming?
A lot of kids are screaming, and like you can hear some kids are screaming like in front of the animatronics. The animatronic song, you can see like the mouth of the machines moving as they're like mimicking singing, but the kids are screaming over the original song that you can't even hear it.
I don't even know what they're saying because kids are already hard to understand.
Yeah.
Well, we could
I'll
have
go to
some
the
of
ball
us
pit.
go check out to see if any of the employees know anything, but it looks like there's just enough distraction that maybe we could slip past into the back, as long as it isn't locked.
I'm thinking about team back room myself. It's a bit noisy out here.
There
She's
is
definitely in the ball pit.
there is a parts and
Okay.
service room, there is a security room, and there is a kitchen.
Security room. I mean, that seems perfect.
Chow.
I'll come with.
Maybe if there was someone on guard, they might be able to tell us as well if someone's on duty.
Like a late night guard or something.
Like a night guard. Huh.
Well, I mean, entering without permission might cause some complications.
We're just gonna go and ask some questions.
Well, we just gotta make sure that we do what we have to do as non-violently as possible and as casualty-free.
Sure, if we just mention we're a part of the Chaotix and under investigating someone, I'm sure they'll be happy to comply.
Hmm.
Yeah, what
We'll
sort
see
of
about-
business wouldn't like the credit for helping find a lost person? It'd be great for business. Now,
Fair
I'm
enough.
walking to where I assume the security room to be.
Too easy. So, at the dusty security office near the entrance, you can see a Mobian security guard sitting in like a plastic chair of sorts. His feet is propped up on a box of napkins and his uniform is rumpled. His eyes have clearly outlined bags under them, and he's clearly deep in overtime territory, with a half-eaten sandwich in one hand and a clipboard in the other. And when you like sort of guys like approach him, you can see he barely looks up at you first, and then he looks back to his clipboard, sort of hiding behind it. You can hear him like grumbling under his breath. Yeah, about like you got a missing kid thing. Look, if you're expecting the owner, forget it. He's not taking any questions, especially not about anything missing kids related. He said he's too busy running the place. Corporate doesn't like disruptions.
Well, I'm more thinking missing adult.
You can still like see he like lowers his clipboard and gives a bit of an eyebrow raise, and then he's gonna check his clipboard again, and then he's gonna set it down the desk. He's gonna like put his arms over his overfed stomach. You can clearly tell he's not exactly the best of shape for a security guard, and he goes, "A missing adult then. Well, that sort of changes things."
I think you're not so worried about the missing children, but besides the point, do you know anything about these? We're looking for one. Wanda apparently came here about a month or so ago.
You can see like he finally sets his sandwich down after taking like a big bite out of it, and he sighs like he's aged 10 years in one day. I don't remember someone in Wanda. Though, she came in about a month ago. Kind of jumpy. Ate alone. Barely touched her pizza. Wasteful if you ask me.
Well, I heard that she might have come in with someone. Would you happen to know who they are?
You can see like he sort of like shifts awkwardly to that question. And he goes, left with some guy. Real tall, big coat. Face never caught on camera. Just a silhouette. One of those types that make your gut say something's off.
Alright, and you did nothing?
You can see like he sort of gestures to the cameras and go, CCTV's been cleared. Owner doesn't know how it's happened. Go figure. Apparently, bug in the system.
Right, well, you wouldn't happen to know any details about this large silhouette that took him away?
Could I please have a persuasion check?
You may-
Crown, did you go with Ixie?
Yeah. And I dragged you and everyone else along.
no,
too.
25.
Nat 20? Alrighty. Alright. Off the record, I overheard something. That dog girl was asking that guy something about the Halcyon terminal. Sounded urgent. Whatever happened next, I don't know. I clocked out before they left.
Alright, so when you said that you saw them leave, you don't actually know if that happened or not?
I mean, I assumed. I assumed they left together. You know, it seemed like a date of sorts. I saw she had like pretty starry eyes when I turned back, so I figured they left together.
Right, well, thank you for your time, and you wouldn't mind too much if we did just a look around about? You know, we won't make a mess or anything of the sort.
You can see he sort of like waves his hand and goes, knock yourselves out.
Thank you. Turn away from him. you know, go back to whoever's here with me. I'm like,
Hmm.
you guys know about any Halcyon terminal?
Chow chow.
What's that?
Can I try and recall if I know anything about this?
Yes, you can do a history check.
Can I inspo that?
You can inspo that.
Intelligence is not my thing.
Oh.
11.
Can I help, or are they dead?
Ixie really, no, Crown
think-
really used up her brain this morning with that paperwork. My god.
Yeah, thinking for
Stay
Crown.
back, Print yourself up.
Thinking for Crown right now is just it just ain't it. It just ain't it. You can't like the name. You've seen it before. The letters there. Like you're sort of like listening to how it's said, Halcyon, 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 and like you're sort of like imagining how it's spelled, and you're sort of going, yeah, I think that is a place that exists somewhere.
May I try with a higher DC?
You may try, unless someone here, you
Does it have
know,
something to do with the train?
Unless-
You're a train. Boom.
No!
Yeah, they are a train. 24,
Halcyon
oh my God,
terminal.
you're a train.
Question: how interested is Maya with abandoned, derelict buildings?
How interested was Crown?
The news eventually swaps up and just does History Channel, so.
If it's news, she would remember, but not as much.
You do recall that the Halcyon terminal, like as much as you're aware, it's like a train station of some sorts. It's like not really popular things. Like it's not something that really comes up a lot in conversation with anyone. It's really not very well known.
Well,
Why
whatever
is
this
one day
Halcyon-
interested in trains?
I mean, you gotta have a hobby if you're working that sort of desk job long enough, right? But
Halcyon is a
Wherever
train
this-
station.
oh, seems like we know our next destination then, right?
Well,
Man,
it
I
seems
am-
like so.
I am good at this detective thing.
I suspect that I might know who the culprit is, but I feel like we should get more evidence first.
Don't want to even state your.
You're right. We
Opinion?
should check the ball pit.
No,
think
you're
we
not
should
allowed
keep
in
the
the
ball
ball
pit.
pit after last time.
I'll happily share my opinion, but don't let it sway you from the current goal. Past the one that was on All About the News about the discovery, the missing person that I had originally. I don't know if it meant anything, but there were also a dog Mobian, but he was
But a serial dog
involved
napper.
with. He was involved with some experimental train engine. That's what we suspect he was kidnapped for. Kidnapped by a mercenary group called the Red Fang Mercenaries. They sort of took him away on a plane, and me and Vector fought them and got them out. But this seems to be lining up a little bit in regards to trains, so just be on the lookout. They're pretty dangerous.
Red Fang.
Well, we
Can't-
never shied away from danger before.
Why do all these words rhyme?
Well,
Fang took a train
regardless,
to the plane.
there just seems to be some interesting correlations, but we'll see how much of those is true.
You keep working on this rhyming thing we got going here. Maybe you could lead us to the next clue.
This building is covered in stains.
How familiar are these animatronics to Krakow?
You've seen them on the TV before.
So it was on the TV.
Yes, it's been like the animatronics themselves have been on the TV. Yeah. As for the Halcyon terminal, you weren't there too long ago, Boyki. and like it's one of those like places you don't really forget the smell of. It's right over here.
The Twain Station. I can't believe it. Well,
Train?
I'll take you all to the trade station if you like. Best place to go next. I know where it is.
That'd be most helpful. We don't want to be here any longer than we have to, right? I really don't want to stay here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, not sponsored.
Yeah, frankly, I don't want to be here longer than we need to be. I feel like it's gonna get like grease seeped into my skin.
Well, you know, the next place you visit might be a little bit more smelly. We'll see.
This is sad ball.
Maya, I'm gonna quickly get on my knee and put a hand on her shoulder. After that child's birthday in Honeydew Haven, you're no longer allowed near ball pits until we serve at your hands, remember?
They just fused together. They didn't even burn.
I'm well aware, but then you encased a child underneath the ball pit.
Is this ball pit singular after fusing all the balls?
Yeah.
It is a pit full of ball. Singular.
Ball pit.
I think the fumes alone sent half the people there to the hospital.
I was lucky to be able to talk out us from having to pay so much, but still, I can't let that happen again.
You seem like a very chaotic group.
You
I
literally
didn't
work
take
for the Chaotix.
Well, we are number one. We're not, you know.
Besides,
From what I've heard, messy.
Can't even touch anything in here. This place looks like it'll go up in flames the second.
it will. There's so much grease. Let's just go. Would you mind leading us to the train station, Mocha?
No worries.
Well, if we find
I
this
will
bad
lead the
guy,
way.
you can burn them all you want. How's that?
Place said it's bad to burn people.
Oh, it's bad to burn good people.
You can burn bad people. But
Alrighty.
it's gotta be a really good reason for why they're bad.
What time is it, by the way?
The sun's set.
you-
You can probably guess it's probably around like 7, 8 o'clock.
Look at 7, 8 right now.
8 o'clock right now, relax.
Could I summon something?
Hey, you want to summon something?
Yeah.
Alright, what you summoning?
I just want to summon a flicky. That's what it's called, right? The little bird.
Little birdie. Alright, you
Little
summon
birdie.
your little flicky. You guys in front of the group?
Yeah.
Too easy. So you guys watch Mocha conjure up into existence from seemingly nothing a little flicky bird.
How often have we seen summoners?
This may be the first time you've seen one.
Oh. Well, I can see what all the hubbub about you is now.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. All right, Private. I need you to go investigate the airfield.
I've seen a magician do that with a hat.
Look out for any planes that fly over during the afternoon/evening. For me, please.
I go up immediately and salute.
The little flicky birdie will like stomp his foot on like the palm of your hand and like give a salute before flying off immediately.
I follow the flicky as well. I salute and
Not you,
think
not you,
he's
not you.
adjusting me.
Cracker, come back. Just Private.
Cracker, you got promoted a while ago.
No, he got fired.
Promoted then fired? Oh, that's sad.
Well, I mean, the new degree of freedom you could consider a promotion in a way, but besides the point, we got some abandoned train station.
Sorry, force of
Mate.
habit.
It's alright. Alright, well, we know our next destination. No reason to stop here. Let's keep moving.
Alrighty. So you guys start heading towards the Halcyon terminal. So you can see that the Halcyon's terminal service tunnel smells like rust and rot. Cold air wafts through the cracked walls. The once active freight area has been dormant for years, now a hushed and hollow place where shadows linger too long. You will see across the room a door. Seems to be weakened, barricaded with planks of wood. And beyond the barricades, you can see holes in the door, though no light seems to be seeping out or in them.
Well, prepare your noses.
Hmm.
Well,
How many
can we-
people are about? Does it look like there's like a house like right beside it?
How many people are
This place like
inside?
abandoned.
Like around the area?
Around the area? Not a lot of people. Like, you see anyone around are just inside of their homes. You can tell by like, their lights on. You guys are sort of like shrouded in darkness. It seems that not even street lights in this general area seem to work.
Well, I think it's quite enough. Cracker,
Yes.
smash the door.
Yes. Gladly. I do it without hesitation.
Right, you smash through the
Smash.
door, and you can see the entrance of the tunnel going inwards.
You know, I could have just picked a lock.
This is faster.
I'm gonna like quickly lean into like a whisper to Ixie. Gotta give them something to do, otherwise they'll be a little upset later.
Right. Well, whatever's down here. I mean, hey, you Maka. You said that you've been here before or something like that. Are we expecting trouble?
No, it shouldn't be any trouble. When I visited last time, just pretty abandoned. I wasn't here long.
Right. Well, if it's abandoned, it means anything down here that's now down here might be trouble.
Well, we best, have our weapons at the ready.
I'll
And-
pull out Sable and Sonata.
Ooh.
And maybe also have some gloves or a mask on while we go down. You said the smell was unbearable?
Oh, it's just smelly. Like, you don't need to wear a mask if you can handle
I'll
it.
put on a face mask.
Can I look around to see if there's any signs of
Yeah.
activity, like footprints, anything like that?
Do an investigation check for me.
Alright. Let's see. Where is it? There you are. It's,
Actually, no, sorry. Survival. Either one. You can either take the investigation or you can roll for a survival.
I think I'll go investigation.
Good man.
I'll allow it.
Good man.
So, you don't really see any like recent or fresh prints walking in. In fact, you can see like the dirt and dust like at the entrance is sort of like undisturbed.
Okay, well, in we go.
Yeah, in we
I'm
go.
I'd like to be flying above the ground in case there's any like rusty nails or something I don't want to step on.
Damn
Oh,
it!
that's why you wear thick high heels.
Damn it, the rusty nail right at the bottom of the stairs.
Hope they don't find the rusty nail in the ceiling.
Flying rusty nails.
Flying rusty
Oh, God.
nail. Alrighty, so as you sort of like go down, one thing immediately like is clear to you, that even with the face mask, the smell down here is still pretty bad. It's worse than you remember, Mocha.
Oh, dang it.
Like bad how? Like, or it's like stale air, or like there is a body.
Something smells like it died down here.
Great.
Right.
However, you'll see down there, everything seems all right. The only thing that sort of like stands out is the fact that there appears to be another barricaded door.
Does it seem similarly undisturbed? Like
Similarly undisturbed, yeah.
yeah, if it was dusty around here, you could probably see like if it's been opened or closed anytime recently, right? It'd leave like scuff marks or something or disturb the dust. So that's not the case.
It does not appear to be the case.
Right. Well, just like kind of look at Cracker, look at the like barricaded door.
Chow?
Yes.
I believe your expertise is needed.
Chow?
You want me to destroy that?
Hey, I trust you to open this door.
Chow chow.
I will. I proceed to attempt to break it.
All right. It's a pretty weakened door. It seems the barricade itself was pulled up with the intent to prevent it from being opened in traditional means. However, smashing things down with a giant hammer is not exactly traditional means. So, the door does in fact just splinter. The only thing remaining actually is the barricades. The barricades themselves are still up, but
Oh, I'll lift the barricade.
easy as it's like sort of nailed to the frame. Those sort of like barricades, like zombie barricade type thing.
All right. Well, so from the inside it is.
From the
So
outside,
whoever is from the outside, someone's trying to keep something down here, or just on the way out.
but I will say you can't quite see inside there, but you can feel like a sickly stillness permeate the air, and you can smell something really, really bad.
Is it like incredibly dark? Is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, you can't see anything in there.
If we got
Getting my
dark
PDA
vision,
flashlight.
I got my dog vision.
I'm a bit unnerved by this. This feels too familiar.
big dark vision fans. Any dark
Big dark vision
lovers?
fans.
So for the dark vision users, you guys can see like something that's like sort of like chair shaped in the middle of the room with like some sort of like shape on the chair, but it's kind of hard to make out. It's pretty dark.
like humanoid shape.
Shaped.
I'd say it's pretty humanoid shaped.
How far away are we from it?
I'd say you're probably like maybe 20 or so feet.
20 or so feet and still hard to make out. So I'd like to activate Bawawa mode and use echolocation to try to make it out better.
Okay.
Bow mode.
So, you use your echolocation. The sound like bounces off. Due to the very confined spaces here, I'm actually happy to like extend your Bawawa to like triple its distance.
Good.
You can't sense any moving creature or hidden creature in here or around you, for that matter.
All right. Well, I can't seem to find anything hiding in here, so creepy vibes though. Hey, can one of you bring one of those flashlights over here?
I'm gonna spend one focus and create a light next to them.
All right, how far is the light range again?
30-30.
Oh, right. So this is going to be very bright to see. Okay, you guys see what appears to be a tied-up Mobian still on the chair with a burlap sack over its head.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna,
But I couldn't.
approach cautiously.
There is still a barricade on the door. Like, you guys are, like, sort of peeking through.
Can we,
okay.
Can we
Go around it.
squeeze through it?
This seems
Or-
like some goddamn Joker trap. Is there like any? Can I try to like peer through since there's light now for like anything that might be like a trap activator?
Absolutely. You may perform a perception or an investigation check.
I'll help
I'm
them
going
out.
to do a perception. Do I get that help?
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm going to use one of my specialist die as well.
Naturally.
Another 8. And then plus
Ooh.
20,
Damn.
29.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I
Yeah.
had advantage, my bad.
It is with advantage.
29.
So, yeah, you definitely know that something is very, very off about this general feel, and like you're sort of looking around, but you aren't able, and you're pretty confident in this, you aren't able to see any sort of trap trigger or anything of the sorts. You do see just a normal light switch. But what's pretty odd about the light switch, it's very clean. In fact, the more you look around, the entire room is clean.
And the person in the chair that we can see clearly, are they like moving at all, or?
They are still. And like you're sort of like looking through, and you can see they look very thin and very frail.
Can we see like any kind of breathing or signs of life?
You are unable to. You do not see any breathing. Breathing.
I couldn't see no traps or anything like that, but this place gives me something's wrong.
Well, we can't just, stop here. We gotta enter in, right?
Right.
At least
there was nothing
identify.
like this down here last time, right?
Definitely not.
So it has to be recent within the last 2 months.
A lot of time for someone to do something no good. Let's get in there.
I agree. How do we want to get rid of this barricade?
Cracker.
Cracker.
Cracker smash.
Very good.
Cracker,
I remove the
crack this
barricade.
case wide open.
Oh, whoa.
Remove it, it is gone.
So what's this barricade looking like?
It's like a classic like zombie movie barricade across a window doorway. It's like plank of wood.
Plank of wood, some
Oh,
nails.
easy.
credit, haphazardly
Smash that
shoved
but
in.
hesitation.
Mark,
Yep.
how many missing folks have we got? Does this seem consistent with any of the ones that you've heard about?
I'm gonna think. I'm gonna guess no. Tails.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
This has never really been in line. Like, normally you're sort of like expecting like the culprit's getting away, but you haven't like heard back from Private.
I miss Private. No, there's nothing. This is completely different. This is very new. Nothing similar to the past cases I've done.
Right. Well, door's open. Let's get in there. Let's get this person out.
Yeah, I'll go over and, cautiously take off the sack off their head.
Alrighty, so everyone except Crown and Cracker. Can I get a con save?
Yeah.
You guys are so healthy, right? You can really hold it.
Oh, never mind, I'm fine.
Oh, you're fine. You're chilling.
Oh, Maya's fine.
Oh, I'm
Already holding my breath. This place
Stomach, I was
stinks.
already- Oh, can my face mask help?
Yeah, you have advantage because of the face mask. I think it's applicable here.
16.
Oh.
I'll take a 16. Yippee.
Yay. Alright, Marco, that one, please.
They're just
Already
ugly.
rolled.
No, they already rolled.
Oh,
Yeah, so we got 11, 16, and a 20.
So,
Effed up, but they're just an ugly guy.
Mocha, you've never experienced the smell of a rotting dead corpse that is like really close to you. That's been there for quite some time. So it's sort of like makes you a bit sick to your stomach, and like you almost like sort of keel over, but you're able to like sort of maintain your balance. Maya, you've low key just been like burning something to make sure your smell is only ever smoke to outweigh the like horrible smell down here. And so you're just completely unaffected.
Why does this smell familiar?
I'm gonna wait outside.
Ixie, your face mask is like absorbing the brunt of this awful smell.
Thank God I soaked it in like perfume, you know?
Girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
But Crown and Cracker, you are so used to the smell of death that it's like it doesn't even phase you anymore. Like you know what decay of a Mobian smells like. You take
crown, dead body.
you take off the burlap sack, and underneath it is unfortunately Wonder the dog.
No.
Her lifeless body is slumped in the seat, and you can tell that despite this room being clean, the chair itself, it's not cleaned. It's sticky with residue, a foul marker of how long she was here.
Can I carefully try to check to see like the cause of death or like
Absolutely.
any marks that might have been left.
You can do a medicine check for me, please.
13.
All right. You are immediately able to tell this was death by dehydration and starvation. Her body shows no physical wounds, but there is rope burn that digs deep into her wrists, signs of a struggle from that, as if she was trying to break out. There are faint signs of asphyxiation around the mouth and the nose. You can tell that she was alive for a while, and then she wasn't, and someone wanted her suffering to be slow.
That's cruel.
Well, it was definitely intentional, and it was not a comfortable death.
Is there any like further in, or is this like a dead end? Room?
It's just a dead-end room.
So,
Can someone check their pockets? I'm just yelling from outside.
Yeah, I'll check to see if there's anything
I
on
think
that
you might want
person.
to go report that one back to your base, Mocha.
It wouldn't be safe to leave her in case if we are being followed. We aren't exactly being.
Oh, I was just gonna do the funeral.
I'm looking for any signs of movement outside the entrance.
So, the only thing you can find in the pockets is nothing, and it's kind of suspicious. Your time in the Resistance, you are fully aware that any receptionist worth their salt would always have a pen in the ready. There's nothing in a pocket protector, nothing in her pockets, nothing anywhere. In fact, one thing that's especially missing that definitely should not be missing is her name badge.
Is there anything of mark in this room that we are in, or is it just kind of like empty, eerily clean, other than for the chair?
It is empty, eerily clean, except for the chair.
Alright, I'm gonna carefully untie her from this chair, kind of like getting her off it, trying very carefully to not have her kind of like split off, but it's inevitable from how long she's stuck on this chair.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to take a short break. We're going to go on a quick short break, 20 to 30 minute break. Or even 15 really, and then we will pick up. So for the moment, I will be temporarily deafened. You guys may speak amongst yourselves while I talk to the lovely viewers.
Alright.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the intermission state of this campaign. Each one of these sessions will have an intermission where I will be going through the chat, reading through what you guys have had to say. But we're going to go over to... it's fine. We can just leave the screen as is. So, let's begin with the donations. First of all, I believe Lockchalk. Yes. Lockchalk sent $2 saying, tell everyone Afton sends his regards. I'll be sure to do that. I will definitely be sure to do that. So far, how are we enjoying the story? Because that's what I'm curious about. This entire murder mystery was in fact brought to you by Lockchalk in the chat. They were responsible for this. But yeah, how you guys enjoying it? You love it? That's fantastic. That's great to hear. You're liking it? Sweet as, because I'm gonna be honest, I've done a lot of preparation for this. They're not even close to halfway through the prep. They're not even close. I forgot I've got a bit of latency on this because it's gonna take a little while. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, short break, and then we'll pick up very shortly. Stay tuned. All right, I am back. So we're gonna check in with the players now. We're gonna see where they're up to, what they're doing, and we'll see if they're ready to keep going or if they're doing stuff at the moment.
It's a disappearance.
Hello.
Wow.
What are we thinking, guys? By the way, I just wanted to say I got a message little dono, and it says, let me just double check here. It's taking a while. It reads, there it is. Tell everyone Afton sends his regards.
All right, guys, we get Afton.
Funeral.
Afton, the goddamn stinky boy.
I think what we want to do is we want to just like alert everyone, right?
Yeah. I want to revoke moving the body. I don't want to move the body. I want to try to leave it. Other than the fact that I moved the bag because we needed to identify it. But, you know. Don't want to move the body. We need to alert everyone.
Oh, real quick, are we back in it?
It's up to you guys if you want to continue or if you want to hold off for a bit. Actually, sorry. I still got some food that's being made. It's going to take me a couple minutes.
What food, though?
Okay.
It's nothing too fancy. It's just like a cheese toasty.
Just a filet mignon with the red wine sauce.
5-course meal ending in lobster.
Lobster?
With your side or pain chocolate.
Funny. Game plan. Revive the doggy.
Funeral.
With dark magic.
Alright, so you know who's the summoner, right?
Oh, you got magic. You can bring him back.
I don't think I can bring him back.
Now what
You're the
if...
star rookie. You can bring him back.
Yeah, everyone's counting on Wanda being safe and sound. This is your chance.
Chance. Imagine how popular you'd be if you brought the doggy back to life.
Do you have any idea how much money you'd be given?
I can make a bird.
Okay.
You will
make a-
make human life once more.
Mobian life, shake my head. But
My
no.
doggy walked into the room. His face is dripping wet, and he looks miserable. Like he's
As your
you drink water. Hello.
most miserable doggy on the planet.
I don't know. I think Wanda might be a bit more miserable at the moment.
Oh,
What a start. Welcome to my Sonic campaign. Here's a freaking Danganronpa murder.
welcome to my Sonic campaign. Remember this character you guys openly talked about loving and like wanting to like,
That's
you
why I
know,
killed
be
him.
able to.
Everyone you love will die.
Goddamn, everything's a Doggy Mobian. Save the Doggy Mobian. Brownie point. Doggy Mobian dead. Plot hook. Line and sinker.
I was just looking at the
Everything you
flicky
like will be used.
stat block.
Dungeon Master sitting
And-
there like rubbing their hands together when the players say they like an NPC.
Good. That
Phil, I need
NPC
you
is
to explain
either
to me about.
dead or evil.
I need you to explain how a tiny bird can walk faster than it can fly.
Buff legs.
Buff legs.
Next question.
I suppose.
Next question.
Hello, I'm back. Grandest
Hello there.
apologies. Anything
So-
I've missed or not really?
Nah.
I'm just debating. Thinking about blowing up Afton.
So what? Other than that, what did we discuss? Because I was doing dishes.
Funeral.
Alright.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I would not give her an open casket funeral.
We
She's
do not
usually really
give-
cute, but I can't give that to her.
We don't
I'm
give them a Maya funeral either.
Yeah. I'm guarding the entrance until I don't see
Can
anyone.
you
but-
stop them?
Yes.
Also, I don't think your flames burn hot enough to cremate someone. Unless you're like doing like a week-long cremation. God, that would take so.
Handfire, no. Other fire. Yeah.
I don't know, if Maya's being trouble to the investigation, they'll have to like sit in the naughty corner the whole time. We'll have to like drop you off at like resistance daycare.
No,
Mocha
they
knows
banned
no
us.
magic, right? Mocha just magic them back,
Yeah,
right?
back.
Yeah, imagine
Oh.
that.
No.
Good, then we'll fuel you with whatever you need. Money, we
You're
got
a-
that.
You're a reanimator, right? You're a reanimator. You can bring him
Oh.
Don't worry. I've got plans with that corpse. I know what to do.
Oh.
Leave it. Leave the call.
No one touch
Guys,
the
don't
corpse.
be insane. Just leave it. Just leave it alone and then call the cops.
No, I'm not going to do anything bad with it. Why would I do that?
Do nothing with it. Anything you do with it is doing something bad.
Even
Yeah, well-
investigating it?
Yeah, we're not
Seems
allowed
like a
to
little bit.
investigate it.
Ah, bugger.
I mean, technically, we already like
You already
manipulated
went
the
through
scene of the crime.
pockets, alright?
Yeah, I
already did too
checked the
much.
pockets and I took off the sack.
Anyway, mysterious light switch. 100% push it. 100% activates a trap.
Yeah.
What trap do you think?
Freaking blow up.
I mean, stinky word. Small enclosed space. Switch. Yup, sounds like a blow up trap.
I'm just saying, imagine the mind of the criminal who sat there, tied them up, and then spent like the next couple hours freaking cleaning this stinky freaking abandoned subway room. Like,
Can
just
never be
leave 'em,
too
dude.
careful.
Dude, just leave him.
Alright, I'm gonna do one more thing, and then I think we'll be good to return.
Cool.
Alright.
Because the pizzeria wasn't filthy. It was only dirty.
It's smelly.
Yeah.
Don't worry, funny things will happen the moment I realise Afton runs the establishment.
Wonder.
Why
Doggy
wonder?
Dayed.
Why couldn't it be freaking Dan?
Why couldn't it be like Amy Rose?
Why are you wishing down the pot on
Yeah.
the people?
Huh? Wonder doesn't deserve it.
Why couldn't it be Mocha?
Oh, my brand new recruit, look at them. Oh, they're dead.
Or-
Imagine how Mocha reacts like.
And then we'd be like,
Imagine
no,
repeat-
anyway, Wanda, want to join the team?
Yeah. Imagine like revealing like the body. Mocha reveals it. Turns out to be Mocha. There's two Mochas.
Wait a
That's a good
minute.
ending.
Oh no.
And it turns out Mocha is the mimic and roll initiative time.
Alrighty. So we all ready to continue?
Stop.
Alright, kid friendly mode
Fires.
activated.
Alright, in that case, let us resume. So, where we last picked up before the break, we came across good old dead body, Danganronpa Bing Bong Bell, letting us know that a body's been discovered. And is none other than Wanda the dog.
Freak.
Yeah.
Is there a camera in here?
In this room? No.
Funny, they just was the camera of the whole thing. Guy just forgot, like, oh, oops.
Whoops, I just really wanted to see them decompose over several days.
One of
Forgot to take me
leave,
out.
Like you just like leave an apple out videos, you know, those like time lapses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anywho, I revoke
Hey,
wanting to move them, and I'm gonna take a step back and turn to everyone else. Well, we need to get the authorities. All of them. Any and everyone. We need to make sure everyone knows. But
Makes
we
sense.
shouldn't leave the scene of the crime either in case someone tries to manipulate it. We'll probably have to split up, at least into groups of 2.
I'm guarding the entrance to the scene of the crime.
I'm interested in leaving because I don't like the smell.
Maya's eyes
I
and
can't
Gem
really
would
handle
be
the
glowing
smell
gold.
either.
Well,
And I don't think Maya should be staying here because they're looking strangely at that body.
Well, Cracker and I can stay here and make sure the scene is, kept as safe as possible. Would you 3 mind going to alert the police, the Chaotix Detective Agency, and trying to get Jewel or Amy from the Resistance?
I'll just
Okay.
give the resistance and the police a call. I think the detective agency will have to go in person though. And hey, check out if that light switch does anything before we go. One makes me believe that they might not have power down here.
Well, It's strange that it's so clean down here and the switch is clean too.
Chow chow. I don't like this place at all.
Can I just check out the light switch?
You just want to
Can I
have a
see
look at
it?
it?
Yeah, I want to see it. See if it looks like it's probably supposed to be there, or got the casing, on the switch got manipulated as well, or if it was just the switch itself.
Okay. So, sorry. Can I get a perception check, please?
I'm so good at PP checks. 14.
14. Radio. So this light switch, obviously it looks clean, but it's not free of just your normal regular scuff marks that you'd expect a light switch to have after many, many years. It seems worn, but it is clean. Like any sorry, those light switches with a little fluoro tape on it, so you can see in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have that. That's worn down. You can see little flecks of it, but it's just gone. It appears to be turned off.
I'm so worried about turning this bastard on.
It is.
Shit
What's
like
the
it.
worst that could happen?
Maya
I'm
has
in the room.
not
I'm not in
moved.
the room. I'm out of it.
Neither am I. I'm outside. I'm still vomiting.
Oh, thanks,
Push the button,
thanks.
Hit the button.
Maya has not moved.
I'll
I'm at the entrance
turn
to
on
the
the
door.
light.
Alright, so as you flick the light switch, you like how I started with that? Is that a little bit scary?
The light
spooked.
turns on.
You hear a gentle, faint hum, and then suddenly the room flickers and the lights are on.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Holy crap!
Jump scared by light. Yeah,
Have it
photophobia
down
now.
here, that's strange.
Whoever did this is someone techie, cares about cleanliness, and knows about the security at that pizzeria. Perhaps it's that guard, but I'll let everyone know about this first. Hey, anyone who's not staying behind, come with me.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Alright, who's coming?
Maya has not moved, and there's
All right.
very complicated face.
Looks
Maya.
like it's just you and me, Maka.
Maya,
Mocha?
Yeah, I mean, sorry. Oh god.
Maya, you're
Whatcha?
going. You're not allowed in the room.
Mocha.
Acting
Mocha.
sussy.
She hasn't moved.
Shoving
Okay.
Maya out.
Incredibly conflicted. She is burning to the touch.
Well, Mocha,
I'm so pushing you, I'm gonna... Even if it hurts, I'll take any
time for you
damage.
to, show your expertise.
No
and
damage,
make sure
just
Maya
hot.
doesn't damage anything.
Really hot.
What?
I'm putting you on Maya duty. You just make sure she doesn't cause any trouble.
Okay.
All right. I'll leave and heading towards the detective agency, but I'm going to call the Popo,
Too easy.
let them know, and tell them body there, found it, and anything that they'd ask, I'd answer. Then I'll do the same with the resistance.
Too easy. So, both respond naturally, saying they're going to, they're en route there. And you're still heading over towards the detective agency?
Yup.
Sweet as. So after maybe 5 minutes, you see the resistance come in. Then after another 5 minutes, you see the police come in. And they also greet you guys. Who's actually at the entrance of the station?
Tracker.
Me, I am.
Just Craig. He's the only one left.
I don't know where Maya and Mocha are.
I don't know where
Sure,
you
no
put
one
me,
enters.
because I'm not moving by myself.
Yeah, I put you just by the door.
Yeah, but then I put Mocha on Maya duty. So if we,
Oh yeah.
what are you doing? What are you doing with Maya as we walk off and Maya's just uncooperative?
Don't you wanna go talk to some people, Maya?
if we're going back to the Five Nights at Freddy's place, there is the ball pit. More places to set on fire?
I'm going.
Please don't encourage them to set anything on fire. They're already probably hot to the touch. I'd recommend just moving away from the direct scene of crime, if you could, please.
Kind of like try and push her a bit.
Yeah, it's just really hot to touch.
It's really hot.
Very warm. Hot, even.
I'd touch it with a cloth if I was you.
I use my gauntlet and just push it with the gauntlet.
Big
Keep
metal
a stoic
gauntlet.
expression.
Eat metal.
You feel like a cold, like, gauntlet, like, touch your fiery skin, Maya. And, like, you swear, Crown, that the moment, like, contact happens, you can see, like, a plume of steam.
Just a quick question. What's that gauntlet made of?
Probably steel.
I have no idea. Yeah. You're that hot?
No, but it's very uncomfortable.
I'm just trying to push you out, to get you out, and then I'll...
Yeah,
let go
that's
of you.
you're fine for that.
It feels like your hands
Not hot
are
enough to
kinda
do
microwave.
damage.
So where's Maya at the moment?
At the door.
Oh, I just watch it without reacting, acting stoic like nothing happens.
Alrighty, so the
Either,
police.
either you two speak soul.
No.
Don't worry about it then.
Great.
He just cursed at you.
Put a hex upon you.
It's over for you.
So, what'll occur is the police will come and interrogate both Maya and Mocha. And the resistance, they'll like lock eyes with Cracker, and they'll draw their weapons, and they'll give him like a nod of affirmation, and they'll like start heading down.
Okay,
I
so
step
I'm traveling
aside
on the
and
street
let them
alone
through.
with a killer.
You, Ixie, you eventually make it to the Chaotix Detective Agency, where Vector seems to be like, you can see him as like sort of like at the computer, right? And you can hear him like sort of typing like,
Is he like pointer fingers out, like tapping?
point the
on
fingers
yeah,
out, squinting
keyboard.
at the screen, really leaned forward.
How did we found that missing person?
Oh, fantastic!
Not fantastic. They seem to have been in quite a state down in Halcyon Terminal. We got a killer on the loose.
Not so fantastic!
Right. We currently got. We're keeping the place on guard, but I thought you might want to know. Check it out. Gave your new recruit quite the scare as well down there.
Alrighty, so
Right in the room.
the moment like, are you're with? You're like, I thought you were outside the terminal, no?
The plan was to go with Ixie and Maya.
Yeah, but you didn't. You just stayed there.
Yeah, they got put on Maya duty.
Unless
I was
Maya
too
didn't want to move, and I was stuck with Maya.
Yeah.
You have to manipulate Maya to get wherever you want. So if you barely want to touch Maya, you're barely moving.
Okay, I guess we're not there.
Yeah, you made me wander the street with a killer on the loose of my own.
I don't know Maya, like, instructions.
You'll learn. You'll learn quick.
Rightio. So the moment like you mention like seeing if there's any information at the terminal, Vector like just locks in, and you can hear him like suddenly on the computer, you know, the one slow typing to all of a sudden is going.
What a genius.
Whoa.
He just didn't want to work.
So many spelling mistakes.
I feel him though.
And he's like sort of he's looking at the screens. You can see like he's really like leaning in really close, and like he sort of like signals you to come around and have a look as well. And you can see on his screen remote access to the CCTV systems of the Halcyon terminal.
Right, we didn't see no CCTV down there.
You said there wasn't a camera.
Not in that room.
Damn. What the
Um,
whiz with the computer?
what was that? Sorry.
Call him a computer whiz. Look at him go.
Vector will seem pretty confident in his work, and then you'll see him suddenly become unconfident. He seems a little bit disturbed, and he's gonna look to it and go, "Well, that's odd. I'm getting nothing. The data's been wiped again. This ain't the first time someone scrubbed our systems after a hit."
When we were investigating the lead, we were led to a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza where we had a similar situation happen.
First time's a coincidence. The second time's enough for a pattern.
I think a body's more than enough for alarm.
He'll nod and he'll call out for SPO, to which he'll immediately arrive and go, "What is it, Vector? What is it that you need?" And they'll sort of go back and forth, and eventually Vector will send SPO off to find out who's done this, do a bit of infiltrating. Ixie, you know for a fact the stuff that Vector's asked SPO to do is probably illegal.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
Good party moment.
you gotta find the culprit, right? Vector's not missing a beat on this. He then calls down Charmy and tells Charmy to go door to door in the area and start investigating everyone. And if no one answers, to break a window.
I'll fill him in on any of the details that we know. So, the mysterious kind of figure, the familiarity with the security cameras, kind of how they lured them using this a coupon.
Acknowledgement in tech and electronics.
And I'll slip him my phone number.
Easy as. He'll take it, and right before the team leaves, he's gonna stand out from his chair and point towards the door and go, "Team Chaotix, we're on a roll!" And Vector himself will get his little fedora out. And he's gonna go out and do some investigating himself.
Well, if you ever need any backup, you know where to find me. I don't just give my number to anyone.
He'll give a wink and a thumbs up before heading out through the door, grabbing his trench coat.
All right. I'll travel back to everyone else. I'll be flying well above the street to get there.
So on your way back, you can see Mocha is struggling with Maya.
Yeah. Are you halfway there, and then I'll land down? It's all right, job's done. We can go back.
Oh, thank God. I was going through a dictionary, the amount of words, see which one would make her more excited, but it's not working.
Potential witnesses, 15. No flammable items in location. Breaks rules 2 and 3.
Damn.
Is this the path rules?
Can we go back, please? Help me.
This is
Matt,
how
how
she
about we
would
go
talk
back?
when she explains the rules of the paths.
How about we go back? We got a killer on the loose, and as much as I'm sure you're capable of handling them, I worry there's not a whole lot we know about them. Best to be traveling together. Thanks for the backup, by the way.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
I'm heading back.
Yeah.
Might as well.
So,
Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah, I'll go.
yeah, by the time you guys get back, all of the party would have been escorted out of the terminal while the authorities are investigating the scene. They've police taped it. They've got caution signs. They've got everything to prevent people from walking in there. And that is when they are just about done interrogating Crown and Cracker. any particular information you would have handed over, or would you just like handed over everything they asked?
Other than what they asked of me, I'd also give my opinion on, kind of like the lead up to it, kind of like the trend of like, from Resistance Base to Freddy Fazbear's, and then being like lured here. I'll give my own talk about a figure. I'll also talk about kind of like the state of the corpse and my estimates on the cause of death and rough like duration of how long they've been dead for.
And
I'll also keep in mind of like stuff that she should have had on her person that are now missing, such as her resistance name badge.
Okay.
I'd also inform the authorities that there was no sign of activity. That was very recent. No footprints, no nothing.
They definitely would have like called over a Chao interpreter to come into the scene, and you can see like this really like nicely colored uniformed like officer like approaching you with a very gentle tone, going, "Hi, little fella," type deal, and like they have a strawberry out.
Yes.
And they're still like asking like gentle questions to Cracker, like sort of trying to keep things very lighthearted. It's like, did you see someone sleeping down there?
Yes. I indeed did. There was a corpse in there. They're not alive anymore.
And like hands you another strawberry.
It's traumatized that worker.
Yeah, that worker doesn't know what to do. Oh my word.
Anyway, there were no footprints I saw down there.
You're also like being interrogated.
Why do they always look normally? Have you seen Cracker's face?
But for you, Crown, the investigator like treats you like they're pretty casual when speaking with you. Like they're sort of like keeping it light, keeping it like non-accusatory at all. But could I get an insight check?
Oh, insight, that's debatable. 19.
Damn.
Yeah, you can tell they definitely think that you're like a prime suspect. But the police will sort of like ask you, is like, maybe we have like an address that we can contact you later, or some sort of way to contact you.
Yes. I'll give them both my address in Honeydew Haven, and I'll also give them my phone number.
They'll take it, they'll write it down, and they'll like give you a smile, a really comforting smile. Goes, "Thank you for being very, very cooperative with us tonight. I assure you, we will find who is responsible for this." And he's like gonna look down to his notebook. What do you think type of punishment should happen to someone who does a crime like this?
Can I try to determine, like, if he meant, like, there's like a hidden meaning to him saying that?
Yeah, I'll use the same insight roll. You can tell that this investigator is using like interrogation tactics, like against like a suspect, to sort of gauge humanity in the person they're questioning. And I imagine Crown's the type to like watch a lot of crime shows and crime documentaries, right? Surely. I'm thinking
She
like,
has to know the people well.
yeah. Crown at this point like can feel red flags inside. These are questions police usually ask like a suspect to gauge if they're guilty. And often the right answer is a really, really harsh punishment.
So the right answer is often a harsh punishment.
Yeah. The right answer being the not guilty answer.
Well, considering, that, Crown, will, almost without missing a beat go, well, anyone that's willing to take a life should lose a life. No exception.
The investigator taps his bottom lip before jotting something down, and you can tell that type of answers. It definitely hasn't cleared any suspicion. It hasn't cleared all suspicion, but it does seem like it's looking more favorable for you. To which they'll say, "All right, well, thank you for helping us out here. We'll take it from here. Feel free to go back to your residence. There's not much else for you guys to do here." And right as they're concluding you, Vector, Ixie, Mocha, and Maya will enter the scene. And you can see this officer is sort of not pleased to see Vector. He goes, "Oh, all right. Listen, Vector. When the police get here, you can't enter. It's off limits." And you can see Vector getting a bit riled up. It's off limits. Nothing's off limits for the Chaotix Detective Agency. If we were down there, we'd have this solved in a second flat. And there's sort of going back and forth. Crown, Ixie, Mocha, and Maya, can I have a perception check, please?
Perception check.
Ooh, 13.
Oh, I'm blind as a bat. Let's go.
And my rolls are
That's
crap
racist.
today.
I'm as blind as a bat. As in I
Mine has
see
been
very
so
well.
average.
These
Of
bats
course,
see
the
very
bats
well.
see this one.
Which contradicts what I said.
You should be seeing very well.
Alrighty, so Ixie and Maya, you see just behind the officer, beyond the police tape, you can see a familiar purple chameleon, sort of unvanish from the shadow, and he looks behind and gives you guys a bit of a coy smile before vanishing again. And sort of looking back to Vector, you can tell that Vector noticed that and seems to suspiciously ease off. He goes, "All right, fine, have it your way." And then, the Vector will look to you guys and go, "All right, well, looks like we're out of options for now. The Chaos will continue their investigation, but I suggest you meet me back at the office."
Would you like us to meet up with you, follow with you back to the office now, or meet up at a later time?
We can go now if you like. Doesn't bother me.
Is Jewel or Amy on the scene?
You can see that Amy, obviously ran here and is, out of breath. She ran as fast as she could. But she seems really tired, really exhausted, and, tries to enter, but the police are, obviously stopping her.
I want to approach her.
You can, hear Amy and, the officer talking. Amy's, expressing her discontent for the situation, going, "Not fair! Do you know who I am?" Sort of type deal.
Karen.
And she's really out of energy to fight. And you can see she's getting starting to get really aggressive and almost tempted to draw her hammer, but she doesn't cave into the intrusive thought. And she steps away, notices you, and you can see her eyes light up and go, "Oh, am I finally glad to see someone with some sense around here?"
It's good to see you too, Amy. Though you look, worse for wear.
I was told that they found Wanda and she was here, and I need to see her. I need to see if she's okay.
Alright. I'm gonna get down on one knee, so I'm full face level. I'm gonna put a slow, gentle hand on her shoulder and give her a straight look.
She'll seem a little bit confused at first, but seeing she's looking at your body language, And you can see in her eyes, she doesn't want to believe the words you're about to say. Like, she can feel it coming.
Amy, my group found her, and she's no longer with us.
You can see like the sort of like chipper facade that she's been trying to put up, like trying to keep a brave face. You can see like it sort of like fades away, and you can tell that stress has been weighing on her a lot lately, and having this sort of loss sort of tears her down inside, and the chipper like go-getter attitude that she had is now nothing but like a mass of just tears and sadness. And she's obviously trying not to show too much of a cry, but you can tell that Amy's an ugly crier.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine like a kid trying to like hold back their tears, but like it's like all bubbling and going down and they got a little bit of snot. Like I'm imagining that. Really ugly crier.
Yeah, she's trying to hold herself together. But it like lasts for a couple of moments before she like sort of gets like a little handkerchief, cleans herself up, and sort of tries to get her head back into the game. But you can tell like the eyes tell all that she's not happy, and goes,
Right. Well, we'll just find out who's responsible.
My group is currently being hired to investigate. That's why we found her. But would you be able to help me out with something to be able to find out who did this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I need to get the flight logs of any plane within the last 2 to 3 months that came into Brighter Hill here. In
Done.
Sunset City, specifically.
To or out, maybe?
In and out. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you always have my number. But
you can tell that
Well-
she seems like a little bit like worried, more so about like, you can tell she seems uncertain about getting the flight logs. And she seems to be like a bit like, you can tell like in her head she's mentally stuttering.
any records that you were able to procure would be the best. I can't expect you to be able to have the time to get it all.
She gives like a bit of a soft nod, and a bit of a slight smile. She's sort of thankful that, you know, despite it's another thing to put onto her already mountainous plate of responsibility, that you aren't expecting results fast. You know, sort of being patient, and you can tell that she really appreciates that.
I'll quickly pull her in for a hug because she looks like she needs one.
Yeah, she'll definitely return the hug in kind. I can always, like, you can feel like the strength behind her. She is oddly stronger than she looks, and she like brings you in for a really big hug.
Yeah. You know, I'll hold that hug, you know, make sure that, you know, she feels a bit protected for about a moment. And, you know, I'll pull away slightly. Well, I have more work to do, but I'll be dropping down by the resistance base once more for some more information later on. And
Of course.
anything else that we can get about the situation.
Of course, of course. We'll
As
do everything we
always.
can as the resistance to obviously avenge our fallen.
And you can like see she like holds her forehead. She's in like complete disbelief, and she goes,
Who would do this to such a wonderful woman?
Well, hopefully we'll find the answer. We'll be staying in Tails' house for the next few days while we investigate this further.
I'm sure he won't mind. He's not using it.
Well, at least we have his permission to use it. And, she'll chuckle a little at that. Though I don't think he was happy we changed his password as a joke.
I know about that.
Alrighty, Amy will then sort of gather the resistance members that are still here. You can tell the resistance is very outraged by the loss of one of their own, especially due to how thin their numbers are already. You can tell that some of them have taken this personally. And as Amy sort of escorts them back, you can hear murmurs of them swearing that they'll gut the person they did this and give them a death far worse than what they gave someone who was undeserving of this.
I'll group up with the team now that I stopped doing my kerfuffling. Alright, sorry for taking some time away. We best head it back to the agency to discuss further on this.
Where am I at the moment?
Probably with the agency.
Ah, okay.
But yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Let's
Agency.
head to Chaotix.
Sweet as. So, the cracked neon sign outside still flickers in the frostbitten dusk. Inside, the Chaotix office is warm, a little cluttered, and it's still the same light, same smells and same sights. The desk light buzzes faintly above as the team, as they walk in, as Vector walks in with you guys. Vector will grab the pouch of rings and handed it towards you. You can tell that he's gruff, but he seems somewhat a little bit satisfied. And he goes, 4,500 rings. Not bad for a day's work. He'll slide it across the desk, slide the pouch across the desk towards you guys, and his expression will shift to a more serious now expression, almost troubled even, and goes, still, I hate seeing scumbags get away clean. Someone like Wanda deserved better.
I agree, and I can't help but feel like we haven't really completed our job. But what can we do? Well, at least for now, until more evidence has been arisen. Hopefully the investigations might yield something new, or more information will turn up later. If that's the case, we'd like to hear of it and take on the follow-up case for it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm certain
I'll grab
SP
the
will
bag.
find something.
Well, you guys are indeed very reliable. I'm sure you guys will be able to get something.
That's when Charmy will sort of burst through the room. And Charmy seems you can tell that Charmy has a bit of glass in his cheek. You can tell he's probably smashed through more than one window tonight.
So the police are going to be called all over town. Got it.
They're probably used to it by now.
They are called the Chaotix.
They will do whatever it takes to get the case done. Charmy will seem a little bit disappointed and sort of go,
They said they didn't see nothing, boss. They just told me to get out of their house.
and you'll see Vector ruffle Charmy's head and go, well, you tried, kid. And that's what I like about you.
Do you
Careful,
need
there's glass
first
in there.
aid, Charmy? I can take care of that.
He'll give a big thumbs up and goes,
My mama said I always got a tough noggin. I'll be right.
Giant spurt of blood comes from their forehead.
just
I'll pick up the bag of money, and I'll just put that in my bag for now. But I think it's probably best that we go rest this off, and you guys should too if you got the chance.
Don't worry. We only rest when we know we've got a good lead on the case. You know, one time SBO didn't sleep for like 4 days.
Does he sleep?
I said, feed him.
Vector, like, sort of shrugs, and Mocha, you actually don't know.
He's too mysterious. I don't know.
Too mysterious, huh?
The more mysterious you are, the less you sleep.
Do you not sleep often, Nixie?
I consider myself quite an open and shut book.
I could beg to differ, though I guess it depends on the perspective of knowing you. But anywho, I think we should all probably, you know, split off.
You're gonna see,
And
like, Charmy's, like,
Mocha-
stuffing his face full of candy.
Where did the candy come from?
I peep over and have a look.
It's a bag of
Hi.
mints he's stuffing his face with.
Oh, can I have one?
Are you gonna
Like-
just take one, or are you gonna ask for one?
Charmy's
I'll
gonna
get-
look at you with, like, narrowed eyes and, like, almost like a dog growl at you.
Fine, I won't give you a cupcake next time.
I look over.
Chow chow.
Same deal, like, he even growls at you.
Sorry, Charlie doesn't really like to share.
I look disappointed and walk away.
Chow.
But-
No. I think I'm gonna investigate myself at least a little bit more of that pizzeria place. I feel like we might have missed something there, but if there's nothing. Then I'm gonna call it a night.
We'll take another look. We should also, you know, get some food. Apparently, I need to pay for Cracker's strawberries today.
Chow chow. Strawberry. Strawberry.
Seems like a yes.
Yeah, so we'll need to grab some food. Ixie, do you want to grab someone and go investigate the pizzeria while I get us dinner? Or at least the stuff to make dinner with?
All right. Well, I'll quickly check it out and meet you back at Tails'. Any volunteers to come with me?
Chow chow.
I suppose I'll go.
Breaks rule 2.
Breaks rule.
Right. Whatever that means. Oh, nice to see that you're continuing to join us. I thought our adventures together ended here.
Well, I've got nothing else to do, so I may as well follow along.
Might as well investigate a brutal murder. Right. Well, no time to lose then.
So, as you guys begin to turn towards the door, Vector, like, raises his hand and goes, "Hey, hold up a sec." He's gonna jerk his head towards Mocha. It's been standing with you guys for a bit, with a brand new Chaotix Detective Agency badge, like, clipped to their coat. And he's gonna, like, look a bit proud and go,
This is Mocha's first solo field case. No backup, no babysitting, just her out in the muck with you lot. And I think she crushed it.
And then SBO is going to appear from the corner of the room, just, like, vanishes in and gives, like, a nod. Mocha, you feel that the entire time. You're kind of, like, a bit sus about how they even knew this. And it came to, like, and from what you're aware, SBO tends to follow a lot, just in silence. And you have a slight feeling that he might have, like, been watching, making sure you didn't get into trouble.
I wouldn't say anything.
And
How is he stronger
Charmy,
than Bawawa?
Charmy's, like, muffled by the candy, goes,
Yeah, didn't even cry after the investigation. That's like SBO levels of tough.
and Vector will, like, chuckle. He'll chuckle once, and then he'll stand to his full height, casting a shadow across the desk. He's really tall, by the way. I think he's, like, 8-9 feet.
Jesus.
Oh my word.
Yeah, he's a tall fella.
He'll gesture broadly to you guys and go,
Now you folks, you're a solid crew. don't get me wrong. You got grit, you got instincts, you even got charm. You can see like Charmy like gives like a big grin full of candy, and goes, "But I've been in this game a long time, and let me tell you, every good team's got one thing that makes them stick out through the hard stuff." And you can see like he'll tap his chest with 2 fingers. Hot. The kind that lasts when things get grim. The kind that pushes when everyone else wants to quit. A go-getter. And you can hear like Charmy like defensively go, "Hey, I'm the go-getter!" And Vector looked at Charmy and go, "Yeah, and we don't need 2. You start getting territorial when someone else touches the mystery snacks." And like Charmy like crosses his arms and goes, "Maybe." And Vector will look to you all and go, "So here's the deal. Mocha, she's earned more than just a pat on the back. If your team's looking for someone to fill that missing spark, she's your girl. But only if you treat her like one of your own. Not a sidekick, not a stand-in, a teammate."
She does have some sort of bird summoning magic.
I can do a lot more than just a bird.
We do more than just a bird.
Oh yeah, she can.
I
Wow.
look up to Maka. Chow, chow, chow! Summon strawberry.
Not food. Not food, unfortunately.
Who translated that one?
Oh, well.
Already part of the team, they know. You just assume they want strawberry.
Well, Cracker, Maya, what are your opinions on it?
Chow, chow. I like her.
Breaks rule 1.
And Ixie?
Rise. Rise hasn't stopped
Well-
glowing, by the way.
I suppose it'd be nice to have a higher number of people on the team who aren't actively trying to burn everything down.
That's true.
Sounds like a yes to me.
Breaks rule 2.
Well
Maybe
then,
Maya.
I'll I'll hold out a hand to Mocha. Welcome to today's initiative then.
I graciously put out my hand and shake it.
Vector will reach under the desk and he'll pull out a gun. He'll pull out a small envelope, officially stamped with the Chaotix seal, and presses it into Mocha's hand. And you can see this on like there's like text in the front that says, "Notice
I'm
of
getting fired?
resignation."
Or have I heard this one before? Promoted then fired.
My happiness turned to sadness.
And Vector will give like Mocha a pat on the back and go, "Keep the badge. Whether you're off working the next case or halfway across Mobius, you're one of us. And hey, this way you still get access to the Chaotix flight discount. Don't say I never gave you perks."
Thank you, Vector. I will use this as much as I can.
SPO will then like step forward, almost soundless, and you'll feel like a hand gently put onto your shoulder, Mocha. And he'll lean forward and he'll look at you with like utmost respect, and he'll go, "Your instincts were sharp and your resolve sharper. Trust them; they won't lead you wrong."
I'll certainly do my best.
Then he'll step back into the shattered corner like a phantom. Charmy then buzzes up and gives and like just almost like tackles you with a hug, Mocha, like at full speed. And like you can hear like he's sort of like nuzzling you, and he goes, "You better message us. If I don't get updates, I will break into your base and leave glitter in your cereal."
I'll make sure to find all of the best places to get snacks for you.
And Vector will be chuckling through and goes, "We'll be at the Frostlight Festival. You better be too."
I don't see why not. Unless these people had other plans. We had other plans.
Breaks rule
Well, other than trying to follow up on any leads in relation to the case that just happened, no. We were invited to also attend the Frostlight, so we will be here.
Sounds good. You know, you're good people. And good people need to stick together more these days. World's colder than it used to be, so don't lose your warmth.
Yeah, the world sure is different.
Chow chow! This world is flooded with wretches.
I'm glad I didn't understand that.
Oh, he wants strawberry again.
Yes, it seems Cracker is quite hungry for his strawberries, so we should probably get moving along.
That's fair enough. We still got some work to do now. We're gonna be working late into tonight.
And you can hear like Charmy scream,
Overtime!
Right, well, remember to keep us informed if you find anything. We'll keep trying to find out what we can and share anything, anything of note with you as well.
Vector will give you like a strong affirmation nod and goes,
I'll make sure to keep you updated as we are.
Thank you again.
I appreciate all your help over the past couple of months. But yeah, we'll see each other again, no doubt.
Oh, and if you find Tails, tell him he owes me.
I'll make a note of it, but everyone's looking for him. I'm surprised you guys haven't found him already.
he'll like sort of shake his head and goes,
He's a sneaky one. Really knows how to hide when he doesn't want to be found.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I got a date with a dirty pizzeria.
Well, you still shouldn't go alone. Maka, Maya, go with Ixie. And if you're not going with her, you're baggage claimers.
Yeah, I'll head over. I'll head with.
I'll go with
on
dinner.
my duty.
Breaks roll 2.
Thank you again, everyone. And we shall leave the Chaotic Detective Agency building.
alrighty, it is pretty late at night. Probably after like checking the time, I'd assume, Ixie, it's like around 11:30.
Yup.
The time, almost time, when the animatronics get a bit quirky at night.
I gotta get in and out quick before they get too quirky.
Alrighty, so we'll go over to the group heading back to the pizzeria. It'll take like maybe 20 minutes to get from where you are to over there.
Yup.
And at which point you can see like the day guard, the same guard you saw like earlier in the day, finally leaving. He seems really, really tired, and the night guard seems really cheery and really happy to get to work. He's like, "It's my first day on the job." So you can hear him like,
Right. Oh, we hear him? I want to approach him. He's like, "Hey, it's your first day on the job? What happened to the last night guard?"
I don't know. Something about the job being too hard. But come on, it's just a bunch of kids animatronics. Like, what's so hard about looking at them?
Well, you wouldn't mind if we look around the place. Where would the detective agency?
I show the badge. Immediately.
Yeah. I just kind of look back at you. You're like my passport.
Oh my
and
goodness.
yeah, look at the badge and go,
Well, it seems legit, but please don't touch any of the animatronics. I've been told they tend to get quirky at night.
Well, we're just gonna be looking around the place to see if there's anything strange.
Quick, in and out. Won't be long.
Sounds good.
and he'll
Alright.
unlock the door, and
We
open the door for you guys first.
Go in.
go in.
Ladies first.
Thank you kindly. Go in. Start looking around the place, like
Breaks roll
back
2.
rooms and stuff. Anything out of the usual?
You're checking through the back rooms. You see like a bunch of suits and like endoskeletons. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Hey, the suit.
The suit, it's
Are
like
they
a,
like a matching silhouette, or are they like, nah?
it's like an animatronic like body suit, like a shell.
Yeah. There's no semblance with the suit that we like, the silhouette that we saw before.
No. No semblance to that one.
Okay. Just going through the place, seeing if there's anything strange.
The only thing strange, I assume you'd probably like walk into the kitchen or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking everywhere.
Yeah, you can see instructions on like how to prepare pizza. And that is like waste nothing, use leftovers.
Yeah,
Damn.
cutting corners. I thought about that from the place. They get leftover pizzas. They turn it into a big pizza by combining multiple leftovers.
Remind me not to come here ever.
I don't think you'll need a reminder. I think the cleanliness of the place will be a reminder enough. I'm curious about this past night guard, though. You know, we find a body, links back to this place, and suddenly, you know, the night guard same, you know, night before decides to go off the job.
Well, just remember that this, the body we found, it's be there for a while.
Right, but and then the second that they notice that someone's snooping around about it, they decide to up and leave. Perhaps the killer's closer than we thought. Is there like a computer system I could try to find out like employee details from?
The only computer system that will be available for that sort of thing would be in the security room.
Oh, I'll just go up. Up to the security room.
Yeah, you go to the security room. You'll knock on the door because they like closed at the moment. You'll open them using like a magnetic lock. The door shoots up. And like he's got his face full of pizza and goes, "Oh, leaving so soon?"
Yeah, we're just wondering if we could quickly go through the employee logs. Maybe have a talk to that past night guard. See, you know, hear about the working conditions here.
He'll put the pizza down and he'll give like a bit of a, you know, a sorrowful look and goes, "Sorry, can't help you there. You're gonna need like a search warrant for that one."
Nothing we could do to maybe, you know, let us just get a little peek at it? Surely no one would mind. Look, it's, you know, we're just trying to do what's best for everyone.
You can see.
If you really like the pizza, there's a good recipe in the kitchen for you.
Oh my gosh. The night guard, he'll seem like a little bit nervous and goes, "Oh man, I really don't want to do anything like bad on the first day on the job. Like, I wouldn't want to do something that would get me fired."
I heard it from the day guard I was talking to earlier. He said that the boss is too busy to look at anything anyway. And I mean, there's someone out there doing some really bad stuff. I suspect you might hear about it on the news tomorrow. So, and this might be able to help us save lives.
And like he'll sort of tap his chin and go, "Man, save lives? You really think so?"
Really got a chance to.
All right.
About being a
And how about I let you in on a little secret as well? And I'll quickly like pull off like part of my disguise a little bit, then cover myself back up.
No fucking way!
Surely
Swearing
you can
breaks
do me
rule
a
5.
favor, right?
You also like look around the room as though you're not there and go, "Oh, looks like I have no more pizza." Looking at the pizza box, still full of pizza. "Guess I'll have to get some more," and he'll leave the room.
Sweet. I'm in.
I see that all? What the hell?
It's just that easy.
It's that easy. Anyway, boop boop boop. Tell me the employees.
Um,
Tell me
I-
about this guy who left.
the guy who left, you can tell that he was fired for quote unquote tampering with animatronics odor.
Hmm.
Can I see if he left any belongings in like the security desk?
Yeah. You look through it. I'm gonna see if there's anything suspicious in this in the employee log.
Looking through, you can see that a lot of the night guards end up missing. Like, a lot. And some just end up quitting. And some end up getting fired. The most recent one having been fired.
It doesn't seem like the best place to work.
I wouldn't want to work here anyway with all the smell.
Why would you
It's a
want to
bad
work
pizza
Five
now.
Nights at Freddy's, right?
So, this past guy is making me suspicious. I mean, the timing of it all, the suspicious reason of, getting fired. Can we get a name of the guy?
Give me a second.
It's redacted.
Yes, the name of the security guard is Michael Afton.
Crazy.
Yes, it is.
Weird coincidence.
Afton, where have I heard that before?
I have no idea what that name is.
Well, I feel like I've heard it somewhere before, but I have to share this with everyone else when we get back. Could I just download it? Could I just download the details?
Yup.
Just doop doop doop. Mine.
Database. Did this after like right or left?
I'm assuming I don't need to roll for William Afton.
I mean, your character can assume, right? Character's more than
Maya's
welcome.
pissed. She
Michael
has full
Afton.
brain control.
Guys, I mean, I don't think. I don't remember right now. Any other employees being suspicious?
Not
Any
particularly,
other
no.
strange? All right, sweet. You find anything, Milka?
Rummaging through bloody drawers. Do I find anything?
I mean, you see like a bunch of coupons for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. For free pizza. And it's valid.
Not having that, but I'll show Ixie the coupon. Well, I think I know where they got the coupons.
Great detective work. It does say five. The one that we found did say five. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria at the top of it. So I mean, I guess now it's confirmed.
Maybe only employees get the coupons?
But I think I got a lead. This Michael Afton. Strange reasons of leaving. Recent leaving as well.
Sounds good, we got a name at least.
Yeah, I think we got everything we need to come here for. I'm gonna
Yeah, I could
quickly
agree with
give
that.
Crown a call. And
Ring the
and just share what we found out. Maybe if we're there at Tails' place, keep a close eye on that airport. Especially the recent flights.
Too easy.
Share that. And on the way, we're all good?
Yep,
We
all good.
want to do anything else here? Alright, on the way out, I'll go, walk past the guy, say, oh, we're all done here. Thanks for your help. Well, I mean, good night for pizza.
You're gonna see like the guy give you like a subtle thumbs up, and like he's gonna look to the sky and go, "I could have sworn I heard something then. Probably just my imagination."
Yeah, when he gets back to the desk, could I have left a note that just says no one will believe you?
Yeah, absolutely. No one will believe you. I love that.
And a little wink on that as well. Yeah, a winky face.
How did you
Trademark XC wing.
how did you convince him?
I think you convinced him with the pizza.
Right.
Well, we got what we came here for, right? This Michael Afton seems to be our next lead. We'll head back and make sure everyone else is, all caught up.
Sounds good.
Have you got a phone?
No. Right in my pockets.
Do you need a phone? We just got a big payday. We could get you a phone.
That might be nice.
Well, we'll look into it when we got some time.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well done. Maya didn't burn the place down yet. Yippee.
She is facing the building.
And they're just like eyes imagining the place burning.
Seeing the name like Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, like flickering from that to Fazbear's Fright. It's just
Wait, hey Tails.
hello.
Just a quick question. How long's it been since we saw the body?
Probably like I'd say like 2 hours, maybe even like 3. Oh no, definitely no, it's definitely like 3 or 4.
I'll roll for it. I want it.
You think the bodies that you think they just left it there?
So,
Watched? What?
hey Tails.
Yeah.
You'd say this building's pretty flammable, right?
Yeah.
Please don't burn it down.
Hey Tails.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Could I please cast Infernal Burst on the front of the building?
Let me have a quick look at what that does.
It's Fireball, recolored.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
There's a guy in there.
There's police going down the street.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. First, I'll cast Ignition Surge so I do more damage.
Like, Chami's already causing the place to be stretched thin.
Why?
My goodness.
Because I rolled really low. I'm gonna take 8 damage.
You can't use the die to justify it. You just want to do it. Dice don't get you out of this.
I want to do it, and the die told me to. It's a win-win for me.
Alrighty.
Uh-oh.
So you set yourself on fire. Mocha and Ixie, you watch as suddenly Maya bursts into flames. And from that fire hurls like a giant ball. And that ball like zips over towards like the front entrance of the pizzeria, and it explodes into flames. The building is on fire, and Maya is still on fire.
Maya, what have you done?
How often does Maya put herself on fire?
This is a first that you know of.
Is this normal?
I don't know. You focus on getting that guy out of here or putting out the fire or something, and I'll get Maya away from you. She's a danger to herself and everyone else. God, we should have brought someone to be on Maya duty.
Mocha's on Maya duty. No one took. No, it's too late. No one took it back.
I'll go try and find something. Surely there's like an extinguisher, like fire extinguisher
Outside of the building?
No, is there like a water source? I've got nothing.
Give me a perception check.
Ah, come
How
on, I've been
hot
rolling
is
poorly.
Maya, by the way, if like touching them?
She is on fire.
Yeah, she is quite literally on fire.
I got a 16.
Alright, what the hell can I do? Not a lot.
You got a water skin?
No.
16.
Maya does.
You're like
I get your water skin. Douse you in it.
you're desperately looking around, and you can hear like that definitely made a loud noise. You can hear like sirens coming by. And you're like looking for like something to douse the flames with. You see like a fire hydrant.
Fire hydrant.
But it's not exactly useful without a fire hose.
Yeah, I have nothing to break it open. Ixie, how do we open the fire hydrant?
What do you mean? How do you open a fire hydrant? You just smash it.
Well, I'm
I
not-
grab
Tails.
Maya's water skin and
Hey
douse
Tails, what's it made of?
Does that do anything?
The fire,
The fire
hydrant?
hydrant.
Steel?
I can't melt that.
Alright, can I... Yeah, I want to first things first, douse Maya in their water skin.
Mm-hmm.
No
do
more
not do
ignition
anything?
surge. No more ignition surge.
You're no longer
Alright.
on fire.
Now I want to cover Maya's eyes, like putting a horse in horse blinders.
They are
Yep.
grey again, and she is smiling the biggest smile you've seen in a long time.
Maya, there are people in there. Do you just want to kill people?
What? No. I can't see. What people?
There is someone guarding in there.
In where? I
Okay.
can't see.
Tails?
Do
Yes?
not have object permanent.
Could I know probably Flicky's still running around the place, but could I de-summon Flicky and summon something else instead?
Yes.
Nothing's good on tier 1 of the summoning list. So can I summon a toy soldier?
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately as I summon it, I want it to fire at the fire hydrant.
It makes a little hole in it, and you can see like a little sprinkle of water, like it's dripping out of the hole it made.
I wanted to keep shooting it.
Keep going.
Don't stop. You feel like at the progress the toy soldier's making, it's gonna take like 5 minutes for it to make it like a sizable hole.
All right. You go back on Maya, Judy, and don't abandon your post this time. I'll do this. I'll do this darn hydrant.
Okay. You beat a bad girl, Maya.
All right, I want to use the fire hydrant. I don't want to freaking open it up.
All right, you release the valve. It's gushing water out.
All right,
Now
I-
find something to aim it.
then I want to get my umbrella out that I have
Mm-hmm.
and use it to kind
Umbrella?
of like as a big bucket.
Okay.
I don't have a lot. I don't have to go dang or stone Maya like mom bag.
Oh no, Crown took the mom bag.
I will say, like, judging from the distance between like Tails' house and the pizzeria, Crown and Cracker absolutely heard the explosion.
Did we walk out of the grocery store, or at least the 24-hour?
Yeah.
Big
You know-
explosion.
Are we already done with our groceries, or are we at home?
I'd say you'd be done with the grocery store if you're not like getting a lot of food items.
Yeah, we're not getting that many. At least for like food for tonight and berries.
Hmm.
Where is the grocery store? Up here? Taking
Um,
this chain, isn't it?
the grocery store. Are you looking for just like chow food?
No, we need people food and strawberries.
Okay. Closest thing you got is the Ring and Barrel Supply, which would be located right over here. This
Right,
I don't
here.
think that'll I don't think that would take as long as us investigating.
They're probably
Yeah.
fine. We spent a bit investigating.
Mm. They're probably
Yeah, we went-
on the way.
On the way home.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're here then.
And
then
then
we
down
heard
the
the
main
explosion.
strip, you hear an explosion. Conveniently, where the rest of the team went.
Cracker, I'd love to put these ghosties away, but we should probably check out that explosion.
Yeah, this doesn't sound good, does it?
I'll make sure to get you extra strawberries for the trouble.
That's okay.
Alright, we'll head over while they're doing the confuffling.
Yeah. You see the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria on fire.
Alright, where's my crew? I'm looking for Maya.
You can see like Maya like being tightly held by Mocha. Mocha's looking stressed the heck out.
What
Like, freaking Maya.
happened?
Your little friend blew up the building.
Maya?
She's still incredibly giddy. Just looking at it, all the wood popping.
We're not gonna get anything out of her. She keeps staying here looking at it. Where's Ixie?
I am doing my
bye,
best to
Adrian.
put out what I can. Actually, is the guard out? I would have gotten the guard out first.
The guard is like terribly singed. Like you can tell he's got some pretty bad burns. When you got him, he was actually on fire, and you had to put him out.
Yeah, I doused him in the hydrant, and I'm gonna be sitting there trying to patch his wounds. More important than the fire. I'm just like, all right, maybe they'll believe you now.
I'll go over to Ixie, like, doing first aid on this guy.
I think the gods that you're here. FYI, do not leave me alone with that little matchstick.
No, she's been so good the last few months, I thought she would have learned. That's my bad, I'm sorry.
It's been so long.
I head over as well. Just
Is this
to-
guy still, like, terribly injured?
Oh yeah, like it's sort of like giving you like some flashbacks to like the Grand Retreat of watching just Mobians fall. Like the burn wounds on it, it's like it's horrifying. It looks really bad.
Mm,
And
this
about
ain't
that
no time to have a goddamn trauma moment, haha.
And about that time, you're gonna see like police officers rock up. And they're looking at the situation, going, "What on Gaia happened?"
We can get into the details later. Just help us put this thing out.
Oh, we're gonna need the fire department for this.
They're gonna be here in like an hour! Oh my god, we need to evacuate the people around.
You're gonna like hear them radio. Like they're radioing straight to the resistance, because that's the closest thing they've got to a fire department.
Gosh.
That's so sad, is that it's
They
the
didn't hire one after 6 months ago. They didn't
nothing
think
happened for
this
6
through.
months. Nothing happened for 6 months.
Don't try to victim blame them because you're.
I am absolutely going to victim blame them after the last fire that I did.
That's cruel and you know it.
So, like 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes after resistance is called, you can hear like a sonic boom, from the background, and you can hear something coming, something fast. And right before your eyes, the blue blur, Sonic, he appears, and he's looking at the fire going, well, no time to waste. And you can see shortly behind is Amy, who is like, again, out of breath, sprinting
This
as
poor
fast.
girlie. This is the worst night of her life.
Gotta get
Well,
that
one of them-
exercise.
Sonic is like going to grab a bucket, right? And he's going to use his speed to just go back and forth as fast as he can with the water, with the water and bucket from the fire hydrant. And even then, it's pretty hard for him to continue. Like it's a roaring fire, but eventually Sonic does handle it. And it's the building's not looking good. Like that thing needs to be redone. It needs to be torn down and rebuilt from the ground up. And Amy's like, Amy just looks at the group and goes, "The moment I heard fire, I didn't know who else to call. Sonic was just in the area and I thought he'd be able to help."
And he helps appreciate it. Thank you, Amy.
We're glad to actually have some help with this. Goodness. And today it's just been one thing after another, hasn't it?
Yeah. By the way, while help was getting, I want to like kind of spam staunch your wounds on this guy, on this brand new
Bandages and bandages and bandages and bandages. He's going.
Oh no, it's yelling at him.
Yeah, he's like trying his best to live.
Don't worry, I'll be there to give him health and stabilize him. I got first aid treatment.
Yeah, you end up stabilizing him, but the amount of pain he's in, he like sort of shuts down and goes unconscious. And you can feel like a gust of wind like zip up to you. And Sonic's like sort of tapping his foot and goes, "So, where'd a little firebug go?"
Where's Maya?
I'm turning. We shouldn't be too far at Mocha. Well, Mocha, you got Maya?
As Maya moves, because yeah, I'd be like fucking shaking her.
Maya's definitely moved.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
I also left Cracker alongside you, so... Cracker, I hope, would be following.
Oh, don't worry. I've been keeping the track of Maya because of the big fire. I'm used to Maya's activities.
Oh,
I've been...
Oh, then Cracker, we're going home. The fire's starting to get put out. It's boring now.
Yeah, I'm just following Maya home.
So they're just gone.
What, didn't she spend like 6 months training or something to not do things like this?
Somewhat. Well, that's another issue, but at least the fire's put out, and I need to make another report with the police and the resistance.
Well, thanks for your assistance, y'all, and sorry for the inconvenience.
Sonic will like give you a bit of a grin and go, "Hey, no worries. Any help's good help, right?"
Yeah, you can say that again.
He'll sort of give you a bit of a wave and go, "See ya," and he's going to zip off.
Okay.
Are you
Probably
telling me
zip
Maya
past
does this
us.
often?
Well, if you could use your detective abilities to find some sort of device to forcibly disable someone's psionic abilities permanently, that might be for the best.
I don't think I have that knowledge, but...
No one does. It's fine. Well, I'll have a talk with Maya about it later. But for now, I'm gonna have to do another report. I'll be out late. Mocha, would you mind taking all those bags back to Tails' house? Ixie, you can go along with. And I'll make sure that this guy, and I'll gesture to the unconscious night guard, will go to a hospital.
Yeah, make sure he's taken proper care of.
I did all I could for now, but he passed out on the pain.
Amy like
Shouldn't
will
the police
cough
have called him already?
Amy will have like coughed like a couple of times, like finally catching her breath, going,
No, I can have me do it. I was a combat medic. You know, I know a thing or two about wounds, and we got actually some pretty good medical facilities back at the Resistance base.
Right, well then we'll take him over to the Resistance base then. And hey, for what it's worth, Crown, can you make sure that the Resistance gets my share of the rings? I feel like they need it a bit more than I do.
Very well.
Make sure this guy's well taken care of.
Yeah. I'll get it all sorted out. If you could just make sure that no one burns down Tails' house or goes through his basement again, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I'm watching
At least
my at all
momentarily.
times as well.
I'm gonna go to the basement.
We might need your emergency pack.
It's like a quick pack that I have on my legs, so I just take it off and hand it over.
Right.
Stop Maya from going to the basement.
Alright, I think we might put her in manacles, tie her up, put a blindfold on.
There's a tree outside that she kind of burnt last time. It probably grew by now, but just try to distract her towards just sleeping in the tree. It'll burn a little, but it shouldn't spread. It's the best that you can do.
Right. Well, best of luck to you. I'll see you back at the house.
Yeah, thank you. I'll see you later.
Alrighty. And with that, I do believe time is up, and we will wrap that up for this session. I was kind of worried about session time length, but it's great because it means I don't have to do as much prep next week because we still got a lot to go through. Thank you very much, guys, for coming to the session today. It was greatly appreciated. How do we feel about this one? How do we feel?
It's been so long.
So long.
It has been a very long time. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn the music off. I'm gonna send you guys back to the title screen. I will not be going there.
What the hell?
Stream chat, please riot. You want to see the title screen? Please riot.
The title screen, the work of pure art.
Get in the chat, people.
Tails doesn't appreciate good art and refuses to show the title screen. We get to see.
I'm looking at good art right now.
I don't know what you're looking at. Better not be whatever I drew for you.
However, that will conclude the session. Thank you all very much for joining. I'm going to be hopping out now. Feel free to talk amongst yourself what your next course of action is. I'm going to say goodbye to the lovely people at home. And we'll follow up afterwards. We'll follow up a bit. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tails. Thank you, Tails. Bye-bye.
It's always fun. It's always fun with those guys. Battle for Mobius is always one surprise after another. I did not anticipate them burning down Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. That's a new one. No Frostlight? No, unfortunately not. But your establishment, Lockchalk, has been burned to the ground. So, gonna have to talk to you about that one. But yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. And as always, keep flying high.